Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. It is March 16th, and we are live. That's right. We're coming at you live from the Creve Coeur Studios on Olive Boulevard. Feeling good. The whole team's here. Rafe barely made it in.
Yeah, barely.
By the skin of your teeth. I thought, listen, the way you were talking last night, you were stuck in Denver, and you weren't making it in. Last I heard, you were going to try to catch a Southwest flight.
Yeah. I mean, I did get stuck in Denver by United and then took the train to the Southwest terminal and did a little schmoozing with the Southwest folks, and they stuck me on a flight.
What do you mean schmoozing?
I just made friends with a lady named Nancy and I got a little peek behind the curtain on how things work.
Oh, how do things work? Did you have any problems with TSA getting through or?
No, TSA was cool.
Because my son flew out of Lambert on Saturday going to Lauderdale with his buddies. And his friend's mom picked him up, and they had like a 2:30 flight.
Yeah.
They got picked up at 11 from my house. I go, don't you think that's a bit too early? Well, it's been in the news. TSA lines are horrible. I go, yeah, but that's really like one or two airports that we're seeing.
Yeah.
I know in Austin, the TSA line was like 3 hours long. Anybody see pictures of that?
I think people quit or something.
That was insane.
Mid-shift there.
Oh, is that what it was?
Something is afoot at the airports
Well,
in the nation.
So they got to the airport on Saturday, and I'm like, all right, it's spring break. I get it. Volume's high. The lines may be a little long. So Sam got to the airport at 11:45, dropped off. They were through TSA by noon.
Wow.
And then you get to experience Lambert.
And he's like, what are we going to do for 2 hours? I go, I don't know.
We're going to do laps.
It's the best.
Go to the Great American Bagel Company.
Man,
Not
I saw people were posting me in this thing. This guy is like going around rating airports, and he's a shill, by the way. He's paid.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Total shill. So you're seeing
I saw the same video.
a shill for Lambert, and still he couldn't give it more than like a 10 out of 15 or 11 out of 15.
Well, because he said the bathrooms are in weird places. He said the bathrooms are in weird places at Lambert, and
Are they?
Dude.
Some of the stuff is out of order.
And no,
You know what?
When I knew he was a lying piece of poo-poo is when he said, some of the outlets around here don't work. And that's kind of weird. You're like,
No, they
some of the
all don't
outlets.
work.
There
They all
isn't
don't
an
work.
outlet in that airport. That
Right.
I was going to save this, dude, but I want to go ahead and do it now. I want to issue a public apology to Moon Valjean. I'm officially ready to come over to your camp.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean?
There's plenty of seats.
Lambert
They don't work, though. No outlet.
International Airport is the worst airport in the United States of America.
All right, I told you.
bad.
Yes,
It
it
sucks.
is.
It's not that bad.
Last night I got to see how much everyone else thinks it sucks because it was, I'm getting ahead of myself, but when the plane, packed with people, hundreds of people getting off planes, all these flights are delayed. People with like Nebraska shirts on, people that clearly weren't from here, and they're like, I could just hear a conversation like, God, this airport stinks. It's dirty.
What do you mean it stinks?
What are these
It
stupid
smells?
rocking chairs? What are we supposed to do with these?
I do like the rocking chairs.
There's like
do you
8
mean it
random rocking
smells?
chairs, and you're looking at a wall that's an interstate. It's just a dumb airport, and
It's awful.
not a single taxi. Ubers. It cost me $100 to Uber from Lambert to Creve Coeur here to get my car.
Okay, what time?
Dang, they got
What
you.
time did you land?
2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, nothing's open anywhere at any airport at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You'll get There's taxis, dude. There's some sort of like.
Yeah, there's
some
in
sort
New
of
York and Chicago.
No. There's a bustling anywhere
somewhere.
because most
I love this
airports,
city.
especially, dude, and
Everyone for a day.
that's why I have such an issue because I love this city too.
Stop
And
talking bad about it.
it's an
Over.
airport that's run by the city, which is fairly rare.
I love the airport.
They're not going to let go of it. You would think that they would use it as a
you
business
don't.
card. You just
You know
said a
what?
few hundred people in a metal tube land and go, this is my first impression of St. Louis. And what do we give them?
Sucks.
Dirt.
Garbage.
Can I say this? I'm not going to go fully on your guys' island of hate for the Lambert International Airport because I don't travel as much. You guys are avid travelers. Like, you're traveling like all the time. So you have a reason to have a big opinion. I don't travel hardly at all. But I will say on Friday, I was picking my sister up from the airport. because she flew in, and I could not find the freaking cell phone lot. In fact, I accidentally got back on 70 and was like in North St. Louis. No, but I was like,
No, it's
even
not.
the signing,
Signage is awful.
is very
Signage
awful.
is awful.
I had to. I did like 400 laps
It's right there. So
to
you
like
go down
two
and
of them.
North
there's
County
two
and
of them.
back. No,
Which terminal?
I'm with her.
the Southwest Terminal 2.
Okay, you go make a right.
You
and it's
do
right-
go, but you don't go the first time because I don't pick up people from the airport normally. Like nobody ever calls me to get picked up. So this is my first time doing it in a long time.
Maybe because I'm up there quite often.
And I'm just, I
As
was
somebody
a
who just likes
frickin'
to
mess.
hang. I like to hang up
I
there.
did get to the
You
cell
love
phone
that
lot
airport.
eventually, but
Yeah, I
what
knew
a
that.
disaster.
I knew that post on TikTok or whatever was totally fake. Totally
I saw the
fake.
same one. But okay, so you went from Idaho, caught your flight to Denver.
Yeah,
You're at Denver International,
I went-
which is a lovely airport.
It
Apparently
Illuminati lives in the basement.
coming back.
built
You mean?
over a
Yeah,
Indian burial
I
ground.
went to Spokane, dropped off the rental car, go to the gate. There's an hour delay in Spokane, and I see that I'm not going to get my connecting flight. And I go to the desk and I tell the guy, "Hey, I'm going to miss my connect in Denver. What are we going to do here? I'm trying to get home. I don't want to get stuck." And he's like, "Oh, no. It's fine. Your Denver flight will also be delayed. There's a lot of delays today, so your connect will be fine." I go, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I called ahead." I go,
Oh.
Okay. Get on the plane from Spokane an hour late. Flying to Denver. I'm looking at my app. It's saying my connecting flights keep saying on time. Then it switches to delayed. Then I get off and I walk to the terminal. And then at the terminal, my phone app says delayed United. And then the sign says St. Louis flight departed.
Oh,
And
well,
I
what
go,
was it?
It was gone. It was in the air.
Oh,
And because we got to the tarmac and then they couldn't get the jet bridge to work. I'm like, these airports are shambles, dude. They're falling apart.
Well, Denver just had a glow up.
Well, everywhere I went, there was just issues. So they're like, well, we can put you on a flight to Chicago, but there's like high winds. You'll get into Chicago at 2 a.m. and then maybe get to St. Louis, but you'll probably get stuck in Chicago. I go, well, no bueno. So then they canceled. They said I had to fly out today. And that's when I called you.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm looking on Google Flights. It says there's a Southwest flight. So I go to the Southwest terminal. I go to talk to one of the gate agents there, and I was like, Nancy, level with me.
Nancy.
United did offer to get me a hotel, which is the least they could do, because I'm probably not going to get a refund, which sucks. And I go, are these planes taking off today, Nancy, or are we just playing a little game of cat and mouse right now? And I go,
are we getting out?
and you know what? She's like, I was very nice to her. I go, Nancy, we're all having a day. I can tell you're having one. I'm cool. I just want to know. I'm like, I'll go to the hotel. United can't. I told her my whole story, and she goes, let me see. And she pulled up 2 Southwest flights. It was like the movie Ferris Bueller, where like the secretary's not supposed to tell you something.
Yeah.
I loved it. She was just like,
She lean in?
she did. She goes, okay, here's the deal. There's a 7:40. There's an 8:30 flight, which is when I was going to get on, 8:30 to 10:30. And she goes, it's red. It's marked red right now. And I
What
go,
does red mean?
Nancy, I don't work for
alert.
Southwest. You got to tell me what red means. What'd you say?
I said high alert.
Oh, I thought you said right. 'Cause she goes, it means we have no crew. It means the pilots are going to time out, and everyone's going to wait for this plane, and then they're going to get here, and there's going to be no pilots, and they're going to cancel it. And I go,
Oh, that's what red means. Okay.
and I go, okay, Nancy, what are we going to do? Because there was a 740 that I couldn't on the app get tickets for, and she goes, there's actually a couple seats on this plane. I can't sell them to you, but if you go to this other Southwest kiosk and tell her I said to do it, she'll sell you a seat. And dude, the line was an hour long to get to like a service kiosk.
Yeah.
And then there was another Southwest gal, Teresa, and there was people trying to get on a flight to Omaha. She was having panic attacks, dude. And I let a couple people. There was a flight leaving right by the thing going to Omaha. People's boarding passes weren't working there.
First of all, God bless the people behind the counters.
oh, dude,
They're absorbing all
all the
That's
hate,
the stress.
frustration,
Yes.
the stress.
Thank you
the
for keep
hate.
going back in.
The human force field.
all the hate.
For the airlines.
They deserve at least $250,000 a year.
Wow.
They do.
Okay.
Okay, you heard
Holy
it here
smokes.
first.
They do.
That's
Yeah,
the case.
Okay.
Wait,
I'll be leaving the
thick
show to
skin
work
is-
at the Southwest
Yeah,
Counter.
thick
Right.
skin is worth
We're all
People out
leaving our
there,
jobs.
people are at their worst at the airport. We know this, and these are the
They really are.
these are the front line
They
workers
really are. And that's what
trying to keep the skies
250.
250.
All right.
I'm not sure what
At
world
least.
you're living in, but
That's
you
exactly
haven't
what
been living in
happened.
mine for a while.
That's a way to get ticket prices down.
So this Omaha flight was, yeah, no doubt. Let's raise everyone's salary. This Omaha flight was leaving, and it was like they were boarding call, and there was like people whose families were like their boarding passes weren't working. They were in panic mode. Lines long, and I was like, and she's like, "Do you care? You mind if?" And I go, "Take care of him, Teresa. Do your thing." And she starts taking care of this family, trying to get them on the plane. There's a lady behind me, and she's just,
Making it known that
just
she's waiting.
making up.
Right.
And I turned around and I go, "Hey,
We're all.
we
in
heard
this.
your first 9 size, lady." Like,
We're all in this.
she's like, "Well, I guess you're just the king of letting people cut in line." And I go,
Yes.
What?
"Yes, I am the king of letting people cut in
Yes,
line."
why, yes.
I go, "Dude, they're trying to get. Look, we're all hosed here. Let's get
And
a
we're all
win.
hosed.
Let's get a couple wins, and maybe we can manifest some wins for everybody." I'm like, "Let's get these people on this plane, and maybe." And I go, "Where are you trying to go to? What flight are you trying to get on?" She's like, "Well, my flight's not until 11 p.m." And I go, "What are you
Get out of here.
Get out of
the hell are
here.
you
Get
talking
out of
about?
here.
Out of
what are you
here.
mad about?"
Get out.
There's a seat for you over there.
It would have been, you know what I mean? It would have been different if she's like, "I'm trying to get on this flight too." I'd be like, "Okay, I get it. You're stressed," but I'm like, "It's 7:30.
You got plenty of time.
4 hours.
You're right behind me. You're in the queue. You're on deck."
You've got 2 meals.
But
before
people
your
don't
flight.
care, man. And like people were crying. The amount of meltdowns
That's what I'm
people were
saying.
having.
$250,000 a year.
I'm gonna have to have my
God,
milligram for
dude.
Xanax because I can't deal with this.
It was
Man.
wild.
I can't deal with this.
Well, then the lady who I let on, she turned around. She goes, Teresa goes, she goes, "Thank you so much." And she goes, "You need to thank this young man." And I go, "Oh, young man, Teresa,
I'm only 28.
Well, and you know what?
I like you."
You were blessed.
I was blessed, and the lady turned and shook my hand, palmed me a $50 bill.
Get out of here.
What?
$50 bill.
$50 bill, and I was like,
Teresa.
"No, no, I
$50
don't."
$50 bill.
$50 bill.
No.
And I said, I don't need that. I don't. I go, I'm like, "Don't take away this good deed I just did in front of everybody by tipping me for it." And she started laughing. She's, "No, you keep it. She's like, "That's very sweet. Everyone's being a jerk today, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "All right, good. That made me feel good." And Teresa goes, "Wow, $50. And I go, "Pretty cool, huh?" And she goes, "I didn't get anything." And I go, "Are you allowed to take tips?" She's like, "No." And I go, "What if I just left this 50 sitting here, though? What happens then, Teresa?" She goes, "I don't know. No one's ever done that before." So she got me on the flight.
You tip her $50?
Hell yeah, I tipped her.
Oh.
Guess what?
Outstanding.
Look, it's a $50
Upgraded
bill.
extra.
$50 bill.
Got me on the flight, got me on the window, got me extra leg room, and that 50 stayed right where it was.
Woo!
And it was just
Wow.
See? You just have to
tight.
treat people well.
Yes.
it was tight.
It's a domino effect of good.
You treat people well, good
awesome.
comes to you.
There you go.
All right.
It felt
that's
like
good.
immediate karma, and it was great. And I loved it because the lady behind me who was being an a-hole, we got to witness it all.
I bet you she's still in Denver.
I hope she is.
Yeah, she lives
I
there
bet
now.
you her
Part
flight
of
was
me
canceled.
hopes
Or
that
she
is.
was bumped.
Yeah,
Oh.
Teresa probably bumped her because she was throwing heavy-tude. But I got on the flight, but I had to pay, $450 extra bucks to one way. And I'm like, because United puts you on, because they put me on the first leg of my flight, I don't know if they're going to refund my money or give me a credit.
They're not gonna.
So I'm probably paid an extra $400 plus a $100 Uber. And I'm like, that was an expensive getting home last night, dude.
You probably didn't make any money doing stand up.
No.
And
This weekend was practice.
All right. Lucky.
I actually
probably
thought that on
paid.
the plane. I go, did I just lose money on this show? So I can get home to do radio on 1 hour of sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Then
you look
that
good.
is entertainment. That is our entertainment business.
But-
Keep it loose.
So you got in
You
what
and me,
time?
buddy.
What time did you landed at Lambert at what time?
Finally at 2 a.m. They got us on the flight at 11. It got delayed.
2 a.m.
And then they de-iced. 2 a.m. Got here at 2:30 to pick up my car
He left his
because
car
there were
here.
no taxis. Ubers were crazy. Got here at 2:30.
I will say the last couple times, that's Dennis' favorite time, by the way. The last couple times I was at the
2:30?
airport, I did the cab thing. Cheaper and easier.
Love it.
They were there.
Me too.
As long as they're there.
Dude,
It's
there was
As
usually
long as they're there. 2 o'clock in the morning.
It was so
Not many-
cold, and they have that little like lean-to out where the taxis are.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it was
right,
just
right,
packed
right.
full of people, and I'm
It
like,
was like 70 degrees
even if they
on
start
Saturday.
showing up, you're like 25 people deep on a taxi.
Oh, you're on a terminal too?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've done a taxi from there.
Okay, so you got your car here, and where'd you go?
This was the new crib.
Went
First
to the
night.
house.
New house.
Oh,
You just slept on the
neato.
floor?
First
Is it-
sleep,
is it
first
official?
shower
Is it
in the new
official?
house.
Is it official?
I guess it is. I mean, I slept on the couch.
Hey,
Hey,
Poppy House is
congratulations.
Jerry. All right.
He's a homeowner.
It
It's
is-
close.
Does 1.5 hours of sleep count as sleeping at
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
good.
And how long did it take you to get from the house to here?
Oh, door to door?
Door to door.
4 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
buddy.
nice.
That's nice.
That's
It was
incredible.
awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah, if it took 8 hours of sleep to make it count, then I've only slept in my house like 13 times.
Yeah, me too.
And perfect
In 8
pack.
years.
Yeah.
You're going to appreciate this. I know you're going to appreciate this. It was the perfect pack. I always pack the emergency day. I had one emergency undies, one emergency shirt, one emergency sock, so I didn't have to go home.
Why do you not think I would appreciate
Outstanding.
that?
I don't. They seem. She's.
Type A.
What's
as
the
well.
reach? She's
you don't think
type
I
A.
pack emergency underwear?
And I think that you do.
You'd wear your underwear twice in a day.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just
Do I
talk
look
about
like that
travel
kind of
a
guy?
lot.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I don't know, man.
You
You're
seem
owning
like
it.
a turn 'em inside out guy. To be honest with you, man. You seem like
Yeah.
You seem like,
Like
a,
right
Yeah,
now.
skids on the outside.
You
What?
seem like if you got a 4-day
My
trip,
wife's
you
out of
take
town.
2
Of
pairs
course,
of
I'm wearing my
underwear.
underwear inside out.
That's right.
You seem like a turn 'em inside out, good as new type guy to me.
These are clean
Really?
enough.
Yeah. Or you
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
them around backwards.
How
And
dare
I'm like,
you.
They're putting the stink in the front, and you're like, no. Doesn't count up there.
Stink in the front.
My wife has been away for 2 days now,
Uh-huh.
and I've been very productive at home
Oh,
by
I bet.
myself.
Have you?
Good for you.
I did all the laundry in the house, cleaned the whole house, walked the dogs. It's been great.
You seem lighter, I will
Yeah.
say. You
I had a
seem
good night's sleep last
jolly.
night. Is there an extra pep in my step?
There is. Like, normally you don't talk to me very much in the morning, like in the office, because it's kind of like a rule that we all have. You're talking my ear off today.
That's because I haven't talked to anybody this week.
Okay, well,
Oh, is it really?
I was like, he's telling me stories.
Wow,
and like, this
that's
is
wild.
amazing.
I was a little talkative, and I apologize.
That's okay. No,
Because I haven't
love
talked to
talking
anybody
everybody.
in
You
like
gotta
24
give,
hours.
You gotta give the words to somebody, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I talked on the phone,
Oh, you did?
but
Who are you talking to on the
Yeah.
phone?
Who'd you call?
my mother, I don't know. Talked to-
Oh,
My mother,
My mother.
you're sitting in an empty house going,
mommy.
I need to talk to somebody.
Does Scott Rizzuto talk to himself?
Hello?
Do you talk to yourself when nobody's around?
No.
Oh.
Not
You
a
don't?
psycho.
Oh,
I talk to myself all
Yeah,
day.
if the house is empty, it's me,
Talking to the dogs.
me and the dogs. We're just talking
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I talk to the
dogs.
kids.
No, the last real. So on Friday, Sam left on Saturday. So Saturday, Saturday and Sunday by myself. My neighbors across the street, they're very lovely people, very nice people.
Oh, wow. What a setup.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. I just,
I just want to preface it by saying
by
very nice
repeating,
He's bringing us
very
into the
lovely
cul-de-sac.
people. Very
people.
lovely
I'm going to bring you
people.
into the cul-de-sac. Yes. Picture it, the cul-de-sac. So Sam and I are going out on Friday evening. Me and the boy gonna hit the town, and I noticed my neighbor across the street, and they have, I think, 6 kids.
Whoa.
Amateurs.
6 kids, and they're all young. They're all like young,
Like how young? Like are under 10?
from like just born to maybe 12 or 13.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Like there's a lot of
Nice.
kids.
Nice.
So with that many kids, they purchased a transit van.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sweet.
Sure,
One,
man.
one of the Mercedes ones, like they're going on
It's
tour.
a Ford. It's a Ford transit van.
Yeah, let's go.
Like every starting band in St. Louis had one.
Yeah.
As they hit
Okay.
the road.
That's pretty awesome.
No windows, like it was like meant for
Really?
newspapers. or
No,
something?
there were windows on it, but it's a big ass van.
Like a
And with
tour
that-
guide van?
Yeah.
Like a 350.
Okay.
Pull up a picture.
The Transit 350.
Those are hot rods, man.
Let's see. Black or white? I want to make sure.
Gray. It's like a gray. It's like a dark gray.
Okay, found it.
What kind of wheels?
I got you a Ford Gray Transit
Round.
van.
They were round.
Yeah, it's got,
Okay.
yeah. It's a new. It's whatever the newest model is. It's not.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, that's Jurassic Park-esque.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Like, how many could that
by the
seat?
T-Rex in that thing.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it depends on have buckets or benches because we tour on these things in
7,
Europe.
8.
I didn't look inside.
Yeah, a bucket you can get 4, 3, 7, 10. You can get probably 12. You know, there might be an
It
extra
seats a
bench.
lot.
Yeah,
It seats a lot.
It depends on if they have the back. So, like the back on some of these is like cordoned off to be this big storage area.
This is when a minivan is too small.
yeah, or you can throw another bench in there
This is usually when you
And
get
get
shuttled.
15.
Like if you go
It's a shuttle.
When you get to the Airbnb, or if you're staying at a resort in Mexico, this is what they pick you up in.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice
yeah.
AC.
Yeah, we rent
It's
these.
like usually a really upbeat guy looking for tips and a puka shell necklace throwing your suitcases in the back of one of these.
Yeah. Who offers to sell you weed on the way to the resort?
That's
I
right.
ain't been in that van.
yeah, we rent these and we
Same
usually
van,
fit
I
12
think.
people in
I've been
gear.
there.
Miguel?
I don't know. He goes, "You like skiing?" I go, "We're in Mexico." Oh, skiing.
Weird question to ask, eh? Wink, wink.
You like to ski? I go, "I do." Oh, that's what you mean. Anyway, so I'm getting the mail right before me and the boy head out, and I see this new van, transit van, big van, and Dad's out there. Some of the kids are checking it out for the first time,
So cool.
and I go, "Hey, sweet van," and I said it just like that.
Yeah.
And the look on his face looked like he wanted to kill me.
Oh, he was bummed at you?
I don't know.
Why
And
would you be
Sam goes, "I
bummed?
think you pissed him off." I go, "I don't know."
Look
Sam.
what
Okay,
you
Sam
did.
did not say that because your son does not cuss.
He would say pissed.
Oh.
I don't
think
know.
you have angered him. And I go, "I don't think so, man."
That was the one I crossed out when he was here. I'd written several cuss words on a piece of paper, and he goes, I saw his eyes move to it, and I go, I think he's going to do that one, so I crossed it out.
Oh, pissed off is not.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You got a, does he have the roof, like the extended roof, or is it like?
I don't know if it's the extended roof. It fits in the garage, so it must
Oh,
not
then
be.
he doesn't have the tall thing.
And it's
Oh.
not the tall thing.
Then it's basically like a 15 passenger, like you're going on a ski trip in youth group.
I don't know. So I go, "Hey, man, sweet van."
Yeah, maybe the tone was a
I
little
think it
off.
was the tone was off.
Yeah.
And as I got into my BMW with the windows open and
and went, wee!
yeah, and I went like this.
Yeah, that may have contributed to the problem.
He's like, God, those guys are cool.
Wow, I want to be
Sweet
like that guy.
I got the house to myself.
You're Robbie from Joe
See ya,
Dirt.
Todd.
You're basically Kid Rock's character
Yeah.
from Joe Dirt at this point.
Have fun with your 400 kids. What?
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Just got this new van. All these
Somebody-
damn kids.
Somebody
Was
said-
I actually meant
All right,
cool,
yeah.
sweet van, man.
Yeah.
We know
yeah,
you meant
no,
it,
yeah.
but I mean,
He doesn't know.
you got to understand, you're going to have to make some changes now that you're a Beamer boy.
we have
Because
to,
you're fighting an uphill battle now for people to not hate you.
well, that and anybody that's ever had any doings with you before,
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
also a
I did
neighborhood.
have all 4 windows open,
you're going to
and
assume
yes,
your tone.
and yes, the sunroof. It was right Friday night. It was
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool, sweet van.
See you later. Wow.
Gonna go hit the town. Probably gonna do some cool stuff. See ya.
You probably even kicked a rock into his windshield, too.
Right.
Yes.
He was probably handing out orange slices to little kids while you were doing it. He's like,
Here's
there
dinner.
goes the life I wish I had.
Wow, look at him.
You get one clementine for dinner.
He's like, I have all these damn kids. I almost left, Cheryl. I almost did.
That's the same family where my cop buddy came and chased me across his lawn.
Oh, well,
Yeah, they
and
got
then you
it out
say
for you.
they're very buttoned up.
Yeah, I mean, really nice family.
Why did that weird man sneer at our
But didn't you say
family?
they're like really religious, like Vacation Bible School family type
I
folk?
think so.
Well, they got the van.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think so. Again, very
dude.
nice. Good.
I'm gonna
Couldn't
tell-
ask for better neighbors.
Honestly, and speaking of vans, Friday flights all got delayed too on the way out to Idaho, and I had the greatest Avis rental car experience I've ever had. I want to
Like
shout
a
out
good?
Avis. Yes, dude. The guy, the Spokane Airport is set up where you get off the plane and the rental cars you walk right to it. It's right there. It's awesome. It's one of the best setups I've seen for rental cars.
Like that kind of stuff.
Except it's in Spokane.
Well, I mean, it's in Spokane, but I'm talking like I was up against it because they delayed my flight on the way out at a 7 o'clock show. Get in at 6:15. Plane wheels down 6:15. Coeur d'Alene is like a 40-minute drive from Spokane.
Oh, so and a 7 o'clock show.
7
Huh?
o'clock
What time were you
show.
on stage?
I was 7:30.
Ooh, man, we gonna be cutting it close.
I was cutting it. I walked on stage, walked into the show with suitcase in hand. Didn't even check. Couldn't
Surprised you
check
didn't get a
in.
police escort. That's a big deal.
Well, dude,
He didn't
I got
need
the
it
closest
because
thing.
the conveniences that were allowed him
And
at the airport.
This kid was so stoned. This young kid was working at Davis, and I pull in, and I got a rental car. I did it on the plane, had a full-size sedan ready to rock. I'm like, this is going to be tight. I get down there, and there's a line, and there's a guy in front of me, and I hear him like, hey, man, you want to get the extra insurance, man? And he's like,
I would suggest
and he's like, and I'm like, come on, dude, come on. And he's like, it's actually a pretty good deal, dude. And he's like, all right, just answer a few questions there, man. Sign. Like,
And by the way,
if
do
you
they
had
say-
any, he was, what?
Do they say not take the insurance, right? Because your
'Cause your
insurance
insurance
covers it.
covers
I've never taken it.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
go, I ain't
only
falling for that.
$7.95,
Yeah.
man.
Brad?
Yeah.
We're gonna look it over, and
Really
if there's
good.
any dings,
He was so, he sounded exactly like your 1990 teen rom-com high guy. And he was so stoned, and he was like being really sweet to the guy, and he goes, have you had any major accidents or crimes happen in the last 5 years? Don't tell me if you have, because I can't rent you the car, man. It's like, and I was like, man, I like this guy's energy, but I don't need this slow, laid-back energy right now. I need a type A person behind the counter. So the guy in front of me gets away. I get to the counter, and I go, hey, dude. He goes, hey, man. And I go, listen, I like your energy. I ain't buying nothing from you. I'm not getting the insurance. I'm late for a comedy show, bud. I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Comedy.
And I go, it's exactly what happened. I go, I got to go. I need to get the car and get out of here. And I'm like, be my hero and be on this mission with me. And he goes, you're a comedian, man? Yeah. And he goes, I freaking love comedy. And he goes, you on Instagram? I go, dude, I don't have time for you to follow me right now. And he goes, all right, you're late. Where you got to be? And I was just like, 45 minutes away, Coeur d'Alene. He goes, oh, we got to get you out of here.
we gotta get you a Mustang,
And
man.
I swear to God, he goes, oh, dude, I don't know if I have any full sizes, bro. All I got is a Chrysler Pacifica right now.
Oh,
and I
that's
go,
a van.
Cool.
exactly. And I go,
Remember I drove one of those for a while?
I know. I had one too.
Chrysler
and I go,
Pacifica.
then it looks like Daddy's getting a minivan. And he goes, damn right, Daddy's getting a minivan. And he turns around, throws me the keys over the counter. He goes, you go. I'll do your paperwork.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Left. Gone. Chrysler Pacifica.
Yeah, he did sign yet.
man.
He did sign yet for the insurance.
And you know what? If he did, fine. I can't imagine that happening anywhere else. I was laughing so
Just
hard.
leave your credit card and I'll take
He's like,
care
dude,
of it.
I'll run it, man.
That's your van now, brother. That's what it felt like. Like I left. I just was like, I went out and I got in the van and I left. I didn't get anything. No papers. I didn't
you
walk.
just
You usually
see it.
walk around the car and you're like,
Yeah,
damage, nothing.
Yeah.
I just left.
Yeah,
It was
bye.
snowing. I hopped in a van. No one was out there, and I drove it off the lot. And I was like, I think this is like technically my van
That's
now.
it.
Dude, I didn't sign nothing.
I don't think there's any business that runs more like the Wild West than a
rental
car
cars?
rental. None of it makes sense. You reserved a large sedan, yet you showed up
yet
when
it's
you
not
told
there.
them you were showing up, and they didn't have a large sedan.
Yeah.
And it's acceptable somehow.
But if you're cool with them, or if you're a comedian and they happen to be high and love comedy,
You're good.
You can do anything. I've gotten so many different cool. I've gotten screwed a few times, and then the other times you go, "Hey man, what's the nicest car here you can just give me for the same price?" And they'll kind of look around and be like, "You ever tried a Mercedes something or other?" I'm like, "Whoa, I would love that, but I'm not going to pay extra." And he's like, "Okay, it's no big deal.
Gotcha,
Here's
man.
the keys." I've gotten convertibles. I've gotten
Yeah.
like high end cars, and for the
Honestly,
price
Just
of a
gotta
Metro.
be cool to them. That's
Just
it.
be cool,
Just
dude.
be cool to them.
He was he was my hero because I got out of there and I got to the show 7:05.
Don't walk
I was
up to
walking
that
through the
counter
door.
full of sass.
And dude,
There's a Pacifica going
Pacifica
95.
was kind of sweet, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a nice car.
I got in there and I was like, yeah, Daddy can spread out. In
I was
here.
doing ads for Chrysler Pacifica, and they gave me one for like 3 months.
Yeah, they're super nice.
And it's when the kids were young, and it was sweet.
I mean, you're not.
It had all the things.
TVs, did you have a Disney movie on where you could hear it but not see it?
No, I didn't. You know what? I didn't even get in the back the whole time I had it. I have no clue. I literally threw my suitcase in the driver's side door, across the thing, threw my backpack in, and went,
Yeah.
and was gone.
We had Kevin McDonald here on Friday, and he's the voice of one of the main characters in Lilo and Stitch. And I told him, I was like, yo, the movie came out when my kids were a certain age. I have heard your voice. I know your entire script. I've only seen the movie once. I've heard the movie 250 times.
Yes.
I mean, this dude's voice, I was like,
And now he's sitting here.
yeah, it was just funny.
You wanna
'cause
punch him?
Well, no. It
Oh.
brought me back to the van
These are good
days.
memories? Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are great memories.
These would be.
Now the
triggering
van
memories
days
for
were great. I'm glad they're behind
You
me.
need an uppercut.
It was tight.
glad they're behind me, but it was a good time. I'm
Well-
glad.
Well, they do get. It is the Wild West at the rental cars, but it's
Crazy.
also the Wild West flying, dude. Because I'm like, I was talking to some people, fans of the show in the terminal. Everybody was waiting. We were talking about like, you pay all this money to an airline to get somewhere in 5 hours, right? Like you pay extra money so you don't have the big layover. And then they give you the big layover anyway, and like, surprise, you're getting laid over. And they don't like refund you a portion of the money that you paid. And I'm like, they got a pretty good racket going. As far as like, next to Amazon's Prime, be there in 2 days, just kidding, see you in 3 weeks. The biggest overpromise, underdeliver, maybe.
And it being somewhat acceptable.
And expensive.
Well, they have you by the balls because you have to get to your
They
destination.
really do. And it's like, and
Or
it's,
you could drive if you want.
Right. And nobody wants to do that.
Delta was the one that got me there late on the way out. Totally screwed up my flight. I had to sit in the airport all day. They sent me, to make it up to me, I got an email with 1,000 points, Sky Miles. And I go, oh, wow.
What's that?
That'll fly me from here to Belleville.
That's $40.
Not even that.
Yeah, I mean the points thing.
I
they
love
have,
they make it. 1,000. Whoa.
Yo, it wasn't.
1,000.
It wasn't 20 years ago when that point system was incredible. They were so good
not
about
anymore.
making
They'll
status.
throw out a big number. You go, 1,000 must be a lot.
Now it's nothing. I think I have like 290,000 points, and it wouldn't fly my family.
Well.
Pretty much anywhere.
Well, listen, you made it.
I did. I did
Happy
have
you're
a.
here.
You guys will appreciate this. I had a little armrest problem.
Were you in the middle?
All right.
Here's the thing, no middle. I'm aisle, he's window. It's one of those small Delta planes that are like
The twos and ones.
twos.
You could share.
I gave him the armrest. Here's the thing that pissed me off. We get in there. Listen, I understand that I'm wide, especially up top. And it's like, I'm trying my best. The Deltas just keep getting smaller. Airplanes get smaller and smaller. Seats are getting smaller and smaller. Just trying to cram so many people in there. This dude was so aggressive. Like he was like spread out, arm on the armrest, and I'm like, technically we should share this because your window, I'm aisle.
One
No
takes
one's got a
front, one
benefit.
takes back.
Totally fine. I gave him the armrest, and I was doing the thing right. I had my elbow on mid crotch,
Yeah.
so I had my left arm like in between my legs.
You're supposed to have it in your lap.
What?
Not his crotch.
Not his
Yeah,
crotch.
I had my elbow in mid crotch for him, and he was being a real jerk about it. No, I was like,
Lighten up,
I was trying to
Francis.
make myself small, but this dude was so aggro about not if our elbows touched, like the upper part of my shoulder and arm would graze his.
Were you in the aisle or he's in the aisle?
I'm in the aisle, and he's not leaning towards. You know, if you're in the window and you don't
You lean
wanna
at the
touch,
window.
lean into the window. He's not. He's center mass. He's not. He's probably like King Scott. He's like a regular sized dude. He wasn't like a small guy or nothing. And like my upper tricep or shoulder, I was just gonna have like it would graze his arm, and he would be so over that he's like,
Oh, like recoil?
yeah, and then he
Love
put his
that.
hand between it and like look at me like, and I'm like, sorry, man, we're on a plane, dude. Like if you're that averse to being
Yeah, maybe
touched,
this is not for you.
buy 2 seats. Do
Right.
what the big folks do and buy yourself a second seat. And he was just getting he did it like 10 times, dude, and I started getting heated over it. I was just like,
Like, what's this guy's problem?
Because I'm like leaning out in the aisle. So now I'm in the way. They're hitting me.
Yeah, you can't. You're in the aisle.
I get the armrest fight. I get that. But this was an upper off the armrest. This is up in the nosebleeds. We're having this
Oh,
fight.
man.
Maybe he's like Jack Nicholson, and as good as it gets, he's just like a germaphobe.
That's
and
what I was
can't
like.
deal.
Yeah, then you don't
But
fly.
that's my point. Is I'm like, if
Verdell.
I assumed it's that, I'm like, are you like some kind of germaphobe?
If you're a
guy?
germaphobe, the airplane is the last place you want to be.
I was so mad, dude. And I was like, I don't know. Do you say something in that scenario?
That's when you pull the Schwarzenegger move and you elbow him in the face and you put a blanket over you.
My
and
friend's
say,
dead
"He's
tired."
Dead tiled.
Yeah, dude. I should have
He's
commandoed
dead
his
tiled.
ass. You're right. You know what? I failed. In that moment, I
Was
failed.
that Commando? Was that the movie Commando? He's dead tiled.
Sonny, remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied.
Never seen it.
Oh,
You just saw it. That was
that's
the whole
it.
movie.
That's the
All
movie.
right.
Actually, young Alyssa Milano's in it.
He's dead
She's very
tired,
cute.
and then he's good. You're good. Good. Yeah, I don't know what his problem was.
Oh, and you also missed 624 internationally trained terrorists missing with their machine gun shots.
Ooh.
The largest man in the movie.
Commando.
Yeah, Commando, great movie. Great movie.
Perfect
A
name.
must watch.
It is.
Larry?
It's a cartoon.
How did
basically.
your show this weekend go? You were at the Sky Music Lounge.
It went well. Showed up, very exciting. Showed up 9:00 show, got there at like 8, and an ambulance and the fire trucks, full lights were on.
standby.
And I
Nice.
go, this
Heck yeah,
is
dude.
my dream.
This show is on fire.
Ready
show
for?
is
Well,
on
no,
fire.
it's on standby for hers. It's just a hypochondriac.
In my rider,
Just have
I always
everybody
have an ambulance on
Just have it
site.
standing by.
Learn, we've got your tanks ready.
So
The defib?
was that a your band is old situation?
honestly, it did run
Oh.
through my head because everybody in my band's like in their late 60s, early 70s, and I said, "Oh God, who is it?" And I walk in, Tim and I run in, and I go, "Is
Roll
everybody
call.
okay?" And everybody's
Bassist,
fine.
drummer, guitarist, everybody's
fine.
good.
Yeah,
So
they're
a
there for
woman
the
from
show.
the previous band that was on, there was like a Grateful Dead tribute that played before us, and somebody in that crowd passed out, and so they were there and she was
much.
fine.
It's from all
Too
the
much weed?
moshing.
Allegedly, her blood sugar was low, but that
I'm
could
thinking
probably
somebody
the
could,
weed.
I'm sorry, somebody didn't handle her edible well.
There's some brown acid flowing through the crowd.
I bet you, I'll bet you it was. We're going to see a Grateful Dead tribute band.
Let's do an
Let's
edible.
get high and
Grandson went to the dispensary, got me one of these gummies. I'm going to take it all,
Yep.
and I overdid it.
Little Timmy gave me a gummy
I'll
bear.
bet you.
Yep,
I will bet
100
you.
milligrams.
100 milligram. Yeah.
So anyway, rolled up, ambulances, they get out of there. We had some technical issues. We didn't get on until 9:30.
Uh-oh.
And somebody who worked there who was helping us goes, I picked the wrong time to get high because there was like a situation with the wiring.
They took the same gummy.
They did. There was some
Listen,
bad
what do you
gummies
expect?
rolling around.
There's a Grateful Dead tribute band on. Everybody's going to be high.
Everybody's high.
I hope it was the same guy. He's like, "You do music, man?"
Taking care.
Yeah, you're the sound guy. How do you not know that? Well, that's crazy.
Take this microphone. Get up there. I'll get the paperwork.
So we got out at like 9:30. Good crowd. It was fun. Everybody stayed till midnight. It was awesome.
Heck
How long you
yeah,
guys play
that's
for?
cool.
Played till midnight. I
So
got
9:30 to midnight. That's a nice set.
my sister Ubered there from a wedding. My sister was in town for a wedding, and so she Ubered from the wedding to the Sky, hammered.
Oh.
Emily arrives just sloshed. Anyway, then I take her home. She's like commanding Tim, like, you got to go to Taco Bell. We need Taco Bell. So Tim goes to Taco
This
Bell.
one, so when I met your sister at your birthday party,
Yeah.
which is, man, almost a year ago. Huh?
I know.
How about that? I think she had a couple drinks in her that night, too. Now, when your sister drinks, does she get very,
Yeah. We come from a long line of type A women. And so
very like,
she is all business. Like getting it, she needs everything to be going as it needs to be done. So she was very hungry. She needed that Taco Bell.
I think her
Tim,
first
get over
statement to
there.
me was, what's your deal?
Yes.
Holy smokes, really?
What's my deal?
Yeah. She's
your deal?
intense,
She was intense.
So-
It's good for a lawyer, you know?
Oh yeah, she's a great lawyer, and honestly, she's been
What's
really
your deal? Oh, okay.
stressed
Nice to meet
lately,
you.
and so I'm happy she was like loose and having a good time. So I wasn't annoyed at all with her when she got there because I was like, yes. We go home. We're FaceTiming and calling our mom because when we're having a good time, we're like, we got to get mom involved. So we're waking Jill up. Okay, she's
time
wanting
is
to
it
kill
now?
us. It's like after midnight. It's like almost 1 o'clock.
What are you doing?
I don't know, man. We just want to talk to our mom, So.
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow indeed. So we get into the house. We all stuff Taco Bell into our mouths. I'm in bed at like 1:30, right? Been going all weekend. Emily stayed with us all weekend, which was a lot of fun, but we were just doing a lot. So I wake up on Sunday like at 5 a.m. Like, boom, just wake up, can't go back to sleep. 5 a.m. Outside with my cats
Yeah,
at
it's
like
that Taco
6:30.
Bell.
Yeah, I was going to say toilet time. Yeah.
It's toilet time at my house.
4 Crunch Ranch Supremes.
You set the alarm when you ate the Taco Bell.
So I'm outside, like,
We're up.
watching the sun come up, like, just having, like, a nice morning. But I'm super exhausted. And my mom and I were supposed to meet up with my sister for brunch in Webster Groves on Sunday. We're going to go to the Clover and
time's
the
this
This was planned after a show for you? I mean,
What time is this
Right.
at? Well, I mean, listen,
it was going to be at 10:30.
your sister's in town for not a long time.
Right,
You
but you
gotta get
planned
everything on.
brunch at
Well, and
2:30.
we were going to do the trade-off, the divorced parents trade-off, where I was going to take my sister to my mom. She was going to take my sister because she flew out late last
10:30
night.
is a bit early.
Well, it is. I was like,
Brunch is breakfast, lunch. It
I
could
know.
be at noon.
well, I wish.
Who made that time?
But even if it was later, so at 7:14 a.m. I'm in my backyard and I text my mom because I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to brunch. I don't want to be around people. I've been around people all freaking weekend. So I text my mom and I say, hey, I've been up since 5. Do you want to come to the house and get Emily instead of brunch? I think I just need to lay around all day because I've been going all weekend. I'm like, what do you think? Or we can take her to the house. I'm like, I just can't be anywhere right now. My mom texts back like 10 minutes later. She goes, yeah, we can come get her. Her friend was in town. I'll come after 9 o'clock to get Emily. And then she goes, was Emily up all night puking? And I go, I don't know. I haven't talked to her yet.
Was she?
No, she wasn't. She didn't get sick. So anyway, and then my mom says if we would have called her one more time, she would have come over and beat the hell out of us because we just kept
Nice,
calling
yeah.
her. So anyway, I come in. Emily's still asleep upstairs. 9 o'clock rolls around, and I decide to text my sister and be like, hey, I go, hi. Told Mom I can't go to brunch because I've been going too much and I'm exhausted. She's going to come around 10 o'clock and pick you up. I said, also, Tim just went to Dunkin', got you a coffee and some donuts and breakfast sandwich, so wake up, come eat downstairs. So I am sitting on my couch texting my sister this. The bedroom is right above the living room. I hear her, like it sounded like this. It sounded like, and then she's walking down the stairs. No, yeah, like running down the stairs. Disheveled, had been drinking all night.
I came from Colorado. You are
She has
going
my
to brunch.
pajamas on. I go, are you? She comes down looking nuts. And she goes, you have to go to brunch. And I go, are you wearing my pajama pants right now? She goes, no, that's not the point. Like, you got to go to brunch. You're ruining everything. And I
Ruining
go,
everything.
Oh, she's
go,
got
what
a
do you
point.
mean? I go, we have donuts and coffee and breakfast.
Welcome to motherhood.
I know. I'm like, what
You got
the
a
hell is
fast
this?
track. You got fast track to motherhood.
And I go, did you really want to go to Clover? It's really good. I'm like, but it's like, it's brunch. Like, what are you talking about? She goes, oh my God. She goes, I'm calling Mom. So then my mom's calling me and she's on her way to her house. And I go, hey, what's going on? Like, did you guys really want to go to brunch? And I'm like, a total
What was so
buzzkill?
special about this brunch?
She goes, yeah, we had this, we had something planned for you. She goes, I'll tell you whenever I get to the house. So I'm like, oh no.
You ruined everything.
So my birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, and I thought, maybe they're doing something for my birthday because my sister's in town. She's not gonna be in town for my birthday. So Emily's like completely pissed at me. Tim also knew what was going on and played it cool, like didn't act like anything was going on. So my mom comes in and she's got.
Wait, Tim knew what was going to happen?
Yes.
That's
And
why
he
got
didn't
the coffee.
convince you? Like,
he
get
did
it
not
together.
he couldn't because by the time I got in the house, he was
You'd
still
already
in
made the
bed.
call.
I go, I'm taking a shower. I'm not going to brunch. I'm just completely exhausted. And he was like, you're not going to brunch? Like, everybody's like, you're not going to
What do you mean
brunch.
you're not going to brunch?
I didn't even think anything of it. So my mom rolls in, and she's got a big old box with her. And I go, oh, man, did you make my red velvet cake? And she's like, no, shut up. I'm like, okay. And so they get this stuff set up in the kitchen, and my mom rolls in to the living room. And I'm just like chilling on the couch because I am just so freaking tired. My mom rolls in, and she had made me a cake that she had planned with my sister. And it was a cake that said, instead of saying, oh, baby, like they have those cake toppers, it says, no, baby. And then there's an episode, you guys won't get this probably, but there's an episode of Sex and the City where Trey gets Charlotte a cardboard baby because they can't have a child, and he thought that would be a good thing. My mom had printed the baby out, the cardboard baby, and put it on the cake, and it said, no, baby. Because I got
so
my
it was a
tubes
celebration
tied.
for your tubes tied?
Yes. Okay. Not only that, gave me a pack of smokes, a big old thing of Fireball, a couple of beautiful cards, some cat toys for the cats that are her grandcats. And then she tells me that my aunt and my cousin were planning on driving up 2 hours to this brunch.
Well, they're there right now waiting for you.
They luckily I texted early enough where they did not have to leave. So she canceled my aunt, Jean and Courtney coming up. And then my best friend Abby and her sweet mother Mary were also involved. And everybody had gifts.
Ruined it.
They sent the text.
Completely ruined everything.
Learn ruined everything.
That's
Don't
right.
come.
1,000%.
Keep the gifts.
I felt like such a piece of trash. And then, of course, everybody's like so sweet. They're like, oh, no, weather's going to be bad. We actually wanted like a day like to not do anything. But I felt so bad.
You know what? Your gift to them was cancel plans.
Absolutely
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
So nobody had to go through that whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you ruined
God,
it.
yeah.
Just your laziness.
Just my laziness ruined everything.
Well, that's
Except
pretty,
you made
that's-
everybody happy.
I know.
You still
And
got
yet you
everybody
made
what
people
wanted.
happy. Aunt Jean didn't have to drive 2 hours.
Exactly.
Abby and her mom didn't have to come.
They could just clean
It
their
was
house
great.
or whatever. Yeah.
Was it called off in time that people weren't already on the way?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Luckily. But you're
Yeah, it's
still
all good.
10:30 to
Win-win.
7 o'clock. It was a win-win.
And you know what? It was more intimate at your house.
How was the cake?
It's delicious. Homemade strawberry cake.
Oh, nice.
Did you bring some?
No, I
Why
can
would
tomorrow
you bring
though.
some?
Do you want me to
Why
do
would
that?
you bring any?
Because she's the type that would share.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Actually, I'm going to bring some in tomorrow because I don't want it in my house for very long because I need to
No.
stop.
No.
See?
Yes, tomorrow. We will celebrate your birthday with that cake.
Ah, yes, it is.
Your
your
birthday's on Saturday. Right, Friday.
Mm,
Birthday's on Friday.
The
You know.
20th.
No, I really
20th.
don't.
Come on, what do you mean you don't know?
16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Yeah. Friday.
I don't know. Stop playing it cool. You
Stop
know.
playing it cool. You asked me
You
what
know.
the date was this morning,
He was
and I
counted
said I
down
have
by
no
the
idea. So don't do
I
it.
didn't ask you what the date was.
Don't play.
I didn't ask you what the date was.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. That was not me.
Okay.
Not me.
Huh?
It's been cold. I know. Listen,
And
we're
it
all,
makes Rizz angry.
we're all feeling this. We're all feeling this bitter cold this morning. There are some people without power.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm not sure exactly where they're showing it on the news. I guess after yesterday's storms rolled through. Where's Highway 62?
Just
Right around
60.
Highway
61?
62. Stop it.
Yes.
Listen, if you were hoping for a gentle start to the week, Mother Nature has other plans. Man, it's the biggest headline this morning is the wind. We got a wind advisory in effect until noon today. Looking at steady winds between 20 and 30 miles an hour. And don't be surprised if a few gusts, hit the 45 to 50 mile an hour range.
It was really blowing last night, and it was snowing a little bit. When I got off here by the jury, they got a flag out in front of the hotel, dude, and it was like, it looked fake. It looked like it was just flat. It wasn't even waving
Because it was just
the
straight,
wind was so
straight
hard.
winds.
They just looked like the flag was frozen or like it was made of plastic or something.
This is definitely a two hands on the steering wheel kind of morning. Temperatures absolutely tanked overnight following that cold front, and the wind is making it feel much worse. So expect wind chills in the single digits this morning. Even at the warmest point today, we're only looking at a high, the 20s or high 20s, maybe 30s. In short, it's going to stay below freezing all day today. We're seeing some spotty flurries and light snow dancing around the area. For most of the roads, it's going to be okay. The ground is still relatively warm, but watch out for isolated slick spots, especially on bridges or overpasses. If you're north of St. Louis, you might actually see a dusting or up to an inch of snow. For everyone else, it's just kind of mood snow. You know what I'm saying? Like mood snow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pleasant.
for the pictures.
The good news is the deep freeze is a short one tomorrow, St. Patty's Day. It's going to be cold. We're starting in the teens and only hitting the mid-30s, but at least it's going to be sunny and dry for everything out in Dogtown tomorrow. After one last chance of light snow, maybe tomorrow night, we hit the jackpot. We're talking 60s on Wednesday, 70s by Thursday throughout the weekend. So back to the spring-type temperatures. But see what Mother Nature did? She lulled you. She lulled you into that false, oh, it's spring. Fools, you fools. You fools.
Sorry.
Punch in the gut.
Well, I'm Mr. Debbie Downer walking the dogs the other day. One of the older gentlemen in the neighborhood who was also walking goes, oh, love this weather. It's going to snow on Sunday.
Yeah, you're the realist.
Ah,
It's never good for long.
Sweet van.
Sweet van.
It's gonna snow on Sunday. Same sound effect. You peeling out.
Oh, it's hey, hey, it's gonna snow on Sunday.
So ridiculous.
Okay. Oh, there's car's still going.
Can't
Hey,
hear the
speaking of
radio.
cars, congratulations to your son.
Yeah,
We
guys.
got another licensed driver on
Hey,
the road.
Just a nice warning to the entire St. Louis area. Look out, man. Just look out. Be
What?
more
That's
vigilant. Drive defensively.
Well, because your son is on the road, or because
yeah. Well, both.
because for his safety.
I'm
or
worried
the
about his
safety of
safety
others?
because I know half of you are idiot drivers out there. And then, he just joined you
And I
There's
got
one more.
because
I
he's a
got the
teenager,
numbers here.
and we were all stupid.
What generation is the worst at driving? We got your Gen Zers, your millennials, your Gen Xers, baby boomers.
did you say gender or
Gen Zers, what? No, stop.
You get out of
stop.
here, Scott.
Dude,
Gen Z, millennials, Gen X, baby boomers. Who are the worst of the drivers? I have the numbers.
Dude, I don't know. I thought about this because for me, in my experience, it has been an absolute lottery and has been alternating. Like one of my kids, super good. The next, ooh, I'm a little worried. The next, super good. The next, I'm a little worried. I don't even get it. My dad was a very, very skillful driver, but I swear those boomers, they had their aggressive moments.
Well, the boomers are 60 to 79, Gen X 45 to 59, millennials 30 to 44, Gen Z 15 to 29.
Who's the safest?
Who's the worst? Who is the worst at driving?
I mean, I guess
what's
we would intuitively say the youngers because they have more distractions.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But
also-
are they more?
Used to this stuff, so
Well-
older generation now they have a phone, they're more excited to use it.
Are the younger folks more with the reflexes and the?
No, that's not how it works.
The reflexes.
No,
They've been playing video games their whole life.
No, I don't know, man. It's one of the reasons I appreciate that my daughter drives a stick, because she can't hold a phone like she's working.
Yeah.
She's got both hands busy the entire time, and she's an excellent driver. Excellent driver.
Listen, we've all heard the stereotypes. People claim Gen Z is too distracted by their phones, while other people argue that boomers shouldn't be behind the wheel after a certain age. Give me the keys.
I had that thought as well. It's probably millennials, though.
But when you look at the actual hard data.
Ooh, that data's
hard. The hardest of the data.
Whoa.
From the NHTSA, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration.
The Xers.
The winner of the worst driver trophy goes to, congratulations, Generation Z.
Okay.
Gen Z, worst drivers.
Off the hook.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense.
Gen Z is involved in fatal crashes at twice the national average.
Oh.
While they only make up 20% of the population, they account for 45% of all bad driving fatalities. The biggest struggle, speed.
Yeah, that is the number one.
Is the number one.
For young people.
Millennials, the 30 to 44-year-olds, close second. Millennials are right on the heels of the Gen Zs. In fact, when it comes to driving under the influence or having a positive blood alcohol content, the gap between millennials and Gen Z is almost non-existent.
Well, yeah.
They are the worst drivers in 16 states. Millennials. Wow. Then you got your Gen Xers. Gen X is comfortably in the middle. Still above the national average for fatalities, but they show a massive improvement over millennials, especially in speeding, where their rate drops by 32%. And baby boomers, despite the old people can't drive thing, boomers are the safest generation in every single state, except South Dakota.
Honestly, man, and it just proves that speed kills. Because as you get older, you get slower. And you're okay getting slower. It's kind of more comfortable. You're like, oh, you know what, I'll get home.
I'll mosey.
I'll get home.
If you're looking for the most hazardous roads, regardless of age, head to Montana and Wyoming. Montana ranks number one for the worst drivers in every generation, except for boomers. Wyoming is where you'll find the most dangerous baby boomer drivers.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's some 99-year-old cowboys who aren't giving up the ghost out there, dude, driving on the open range. I could see that.
Guess so. That's so wild, because there's like 6 cars on the highway out there.
There was a guy chatting me up at the show this weekend that said his 104-year-old grandpa just died, was still driving himself.
Congratulations.
104.
104 said he still drove himself to get groceries and run errands all
That's
up
awesome.
to the day he died. And I'm like, man,
That's crazy.
that's wild.
He did good.
104.
104.
That's amazing. Yeah,
And
Saturday.
behind the wheel.
Saturday, I was going to Forest Park to walk the puppies, and there was 2 cars ahead of me. They slammed their brakes on, so the car in front of me did. I had to put mine. I didn't have to slam it on, but I was slowing down, and the guy behind me decided to try to get around all the traffic. Mm-hmm. So he did the speed up thing and hit. He didn't see a car in the right lane, so he hit him, and he was about an inch from nailing the back of our truck. And I sat there watching him like, you better not hit me, you dummy. And thankfully, he nailed the other car and missed me. I was like, whew.
Just be
But I
careful
think he
out
was,
there, guys.
He was.
Was he distracted? Hammered?
Well, no, I think he was just trying to. He's like, ooh, I can get around this traffic.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I can squeeze through this.
In health news, I thought I'd bring up a couple stories regarding health. We've all heard about people using, magic mushrooms for depression.
Yeah.
But there's a brand new study out of Johns Hopkins that is a total game changer for anybody trying to quit smoking. And the results aren't just good. They're shut the front door insane. So researchers took a group of longtime smokers and put them head to head. Half got the standard nicotine patches, you find at the drugstore, and the other half got a single high dose of psilocybin, the active ingredient in shrooms.
Yeah.
Both groups did talk therapy, but at the 6th month check-in, the shroom group was 6 times more likely to have quit for good. We're talking about an 80% success rate
That's
in some
awesome.
trials compared to the dismal 20 to 30% you get with the patches or gum. So, Moon, you might ask, how does getting high stop a nicotine craving?
How does getting high stop a nicotine craving?
Are they taking shroom breaks now?
It's not like a patch that just feeds your body, fake nicotine. Think of your brain like a snow globe. When you're an addict, the snow is settled into these deep, ugly ruts. You're stressed, so you smoke. You drink coffee, so you smoke. Psilocybin basically shakes the snow globe. It creates hyperconnectivity where parts of your brain start talking to each other that haven't spoken in years. It gives you a perspective shift. People in the study reported having this mystical experience where they looked at their cigarette and thought, why am I doing this to myself? This is stupid. They literally think their way out of the addiction.
That's great. Might never matter.
I mean, that's the exact same explanation that was on that Netflix doc about PTSD. Like,
Is that the one
Better.
with Sting?
I don't think Sting was in
No,
that
that's
one.
a different one. No, that's
That
a different
one's so
one.
funny, dude. He's like telling a story, and they start animating it, and he's like,
It's like trauma therapy.
he's like, I was walking through a field, and then the flowers said hi to me, and they go, hi, Sting.
That's so good.
I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie.
Hi, Sting.
Hi, Sting.
Hi, Sting. Hi, Sting.
It's the greatest.
No, they were just saying like that parts of your brain that don't talk, and it creates like new neural pathways. And
Yeah.
also healing. It like heals trauma. So I can see where it would heal stress too.
So to be clear, it's not like you should go out and buy a bag of shrooms and sit in your basement. This is psilocybin-assisted therapy. You're in a room at Johns Hopkins that looks like a cozy living room. You've got two guides sitting with you for 6 to 8 hours
Shaman.
while you wear eye shades and listen to soft music.
Yeah.
Professional shaman.
You can go to Denver and do it.
It's a heroic dose, enough to make you see the universe, but under total medical supervision.
Heroic.
That's all. So shrooms don't make you look cool then?
That is true. Everything
That's
looks
a
cool.
bummer.
Everything
under
looks cool.
shrooms.
You don't.
It
look
makes the
cool.
Right.
world look
You
cool.
look like a crazy person.
So it's been 20 years since the FDA approved a truly new medication to help people quit smoking. 20 years. So we've been stuck with the same patches and pills for 2 decades, while 70% of people who try them fail. This is the first novel approach we've seen in a generation.
I'm going to piggyback and stand on the shoulders of Mitch Hedberg here and ask, in very serious nature, if they're using this to help you quit smoking, can they use it to help me start flossing?
Maybe. Okay, Moon.
Can you use it to start something?
Here's a question.
Yeah, dude, they'll put the Cavity Creeps cartoon on while you're tripping.
Like, I want to know,
Change
like,
your life.
the Mitch Hedberg joke is he's like, if you've never tried to quit smoking, smokers will be like, man, you don't know what it's like. Have you ever tried to quit smoking? He's like, yeah, it's the same as start flossing. And I was like, dude, what a great point.
Okay, so
'cause
if you could go on
I can't
one
do
trip-
it. I'll get on it for like 3 days and then I just forget.
All right, if you could take one trip and never want a cigarette or drink or start flossing, would you do it?
Wait, if I could take one medical trip with two, shamans and scrubs,
Yeah, 8 hours of tripping your balls
and it
off.
would help me start
Floss.
flossing for the rest of my life, I think I would do it.
Would you do it?
What if you could only be one thing? It only works once. You could either
You only
add
did
or
one thing.
subtract.
Something.
One trip, you can add or subtract one thing that you can't get a handle on. What do you think? What would you want it to be?
Ooh, man.
Honestly, man, I'm trying to think of something that would beat flossing because that sounds like a really good thing that I really want in my life.
yeah, you should take care of your teeth more.
I really do. I don't floss
You
enough.
can't
Now-
put a price on
No,
good
no,
oral
no.
hygiene.
I will say my teeth are so close together that it doesn't do too much. Even my
You got
dentist is
bleeding
like,
gums.
well, no. But my
You use the thin
Hey,
ones.
dude.
my dentist is like, yeah, you need to floss. but, like,
Everybody's teeth are pretty close together, except for the chosen few that look like Smeagol out there.
whatever. I'm just saying they're tight, bruh. There's not
I
a
got
lot of room
tight
for play.
teeth.
Man, I'm trying to think of something that would beat
Dude's
the.
flossing with yarn.
I think for me it would be like
Yeah, give me some ideas.
like a carbohydrate addiction.
Yeah, dude, mine would be like, just make me think broccoli tastes like chocolate or donuts.
Or for me it'd be like carbohydrates taste like caca.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you can't reverse it. Oh,
Yeah, well, now you can't enjoy pizza.
I know.
Well, you've.
I would
like,
want
that's
something
A,
healthy to taste like something.
yeah, that's a better
unhealthy.
idea.
I would be like, make broccoli, or make broccoli taste like whatever, a pepperoni pizza, or make it taste like an Entenmann's Crub Top donut. So when
I have
I
a
get
problem-
a craving, that's what I'm eating, but I'm having a way better experience than everyone else.
We turned this trip into a genie. We're asking for one wish. Like,
Kind of. But it's a habit.
I don't
It's
know,
like, what's
like-
a habit you want to break, and like, you can break it any way, whether you come to the realization, maybe you come to the
So
realization.
you
like,
ain't coming back.
Maybe you just trip and you're like, broccoli actually tastes really good.
But you're never
man."
you're never gonna you can't reverse it.
Yeah.
So once it's set in your mind, it's there forever.
well, the vegetable
Flossing?
thing would probably be.
Yeah, but I
Well,
don't
most-
dislike the taste of vegetables.
No,
What-
I'm just saying. I'm trying to think for others here. There's a lot of people that don't eat vegetables. Not a lot of fiber.
But what's the one? I mean,
I'm just going to go with flossing because I feel like it's going to help my heart health, like the whole plaque thing. It's all connected, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay in my mouth.
the dreaded gingivitis.
No, that's when your gums are all weak and stuff, right?
Lauren, what would you trip to get rid of?
I want to get rid of my sugar cravings. If I could just eliminate how much I love sugar, it'd be amazing. Because I get a craving, I'll eat something salty and I'm like, well, we got to balance this out with something sweet. So if I could just nip that, that'd be great. And honestly, would do it 1,000% without having to need any help with anything.
Maybe. Just
take me to Denver. Let's have a nice psychedelic trip and come
maybe
back
some
as a
of my
different
anger
person.
issues. I'm not sure.
Anger?
Yeah, that would probably be a good focus for you. That or 3-pump chump type stuff.
Oh, how do you know? Did you talk to my wife?
He did talk to your wife last week.
That's all you want to do. You could have the key to enlightenment, and you're like, no, I just.
I want to last
I want to
longer.
last 20 minutes.
Just give me 15 more minutes in the game, coach. Give me one more inning.
Lots of floss advice on the text. People saying keep it in your car. People saying do it in the shower. Put it by your shampoo.
No,
So you just kind of.
gross.
You know what you got to do? You got to get those picks. Those.
We have those.
Disgusting.
I've tried them all. We do that. It's great.
It's great.
When I do it, I do it.
Why don't you put them in your car?
No way. My car is it's pristine. It's like a
Have a little wastebasket.
like a desktop.
You just take it out of. You just when you leave the car, you just take everything you used that time and take it with you.
Right.
I'm not flossing in a car.
Well, I do it.
Well,
I
I'm
might
happy
start
for you.
that.
You're a champion.
What, not flossing?
No. I might start putting the picks in my car because that's a
mine
great
are in
point.
I have a bag in my glove compartment.
Perfect.
I don't know, man. Your car's pretty clean. I don't know if you'll
It'll
be able
still
to
be
handle
clean.
it.
I mean,
Just
it'll
throw
just
'em on
go
the
in the
floor.
trash with all
I
my
have it, and my
granola
car's
bars and
immaculate.
whatnot. Yeah, same.
Immaculate.
Homie, don't play.
Homie, don't play dirt in the car.
Me neither, brother.
Man, I want to do that. If I did that, I would try to get rid of my fear of scissors.
Oh, yes. Everybody does try to cut your hair off.
Yeah.
Last time I did it, I just ended up dancing with my dogs in the yard for a long
Yeah.
time.
What do you
That was
get
on
rid
me.
of?
I was on COVID.
Where was
So
the
I
shaman?
learned to make tea. I got on Reddit, learned to make mushroom tea, and Tina was at work, and I didn't read all the way to the end. We had some in the freezer from a long time ago. I'm like, these things probably don't even work anymore. And I made tea because it usually hurts my stomach. And they said if you make tea with lemon, whatever chemical reaction happens in psychedelic mushrooms, it makes your stomach cramp goes away. So I made the tea and I drank a little bit, and I'm like, I'm going to journal and see how I feel. And then I found out I made enough tea for 4 people to try. And I drank it
Bye,
all.
everyone.
And dude, I was
I
like,
love it.
I looked at my, cause like, I'm going to write and I'll probably have something
The
profound.
flowers are talking to me. Hi, Ray.
Yeah, the next day, dude.
You were
it-
playing with all 6 dogs.
It
Bo's talking to
literally,
him.
dude, it looked like the West Virginia guy, the hip, hip, hip. It looked like his journal. It was just like chicken scratch and like pictures I was drawing. I thought I was going to have this profound, I don't need a shaman. I'm my own shaman. And I just sat down and I just remember these things aren't working. They're no good. And then a song came on. I was like, damn, this song is slapping right now.
What song was it? Was it this song?
Yeah, it probably was. I opened up the journal and it's just all those weird S's from the 90s.
One of the Whitakers is there to pick you up. Hi, Rafe. Hip, hip.
But you could understand it. You could understand every word.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's...
Hip hip.
Yeah.
You're like, you are right.
Get
Well,
it now.
We're right, Ray Whitaker.
Wash U, I know they're doing this at Johns Hopkins, but Wash U, they have a new center called CHIRP, Center for Holistic Interdisciplinary Research in Psychedelics.
I signed up for it.
Did you really?
I did a couple years ago because they were doing a study about people with anxiety, and they were doing a psilocybin kind of test.
They're a trial site for a major study on psilocybin-assisted therapy.
I wanted to do it. I feel like I'd be a good person to put into that study.
So there's a doctor over there at WashU who actually holds the university's only license to work with these substances. They're basically looking at how psilocybin disrupts the brain's default mode network, basically how it breaks those rigid thought patterns that keep you stuck in an addiction.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it here. SLU also is getting in on the action. They've been involved in research showing that decriminalizing these substances hasn't led to an increase in ER visits, which is a big talking point for the "is it safe" crowd.
Right.
This is probably the only way that I would ever do it. I've never done it before. I don't have any interest in doing any mind-altering things. And at the same time, I volunteer for whatever this is.
Yeah.
Oh, WashU?
The WashU thing, yeah.
I did it in college, and
Psilocybin-assisted
it was
therapy?
excellent.
What,
did
a
mushrooms in
supervised
college.
thing?
No.
Oh,
I
see,
mean, we
yeah.
just did mushrooms in college.
Yeah.
I ain't
Chad
taking,
And it
was
was
giving
like
them
I ain't taking no
the
caps
most-
and stems from Brian and then seeing what happens.
Brian
Well,
hooked it up.
How did this get here? Up somebody's ass. Okay.
I will
That's fine.
say,
I had
Was it in a Ziploc bag? That's all right.
beautiful experience when I did it, but it's been so long, and things are so different for me now that I'm like, I don't trust myself to do that ever again. Like, I need to have a doctor on site or a shaman,
man, I
somebody who can
remember.
take care of me. Because if you have a bad trip, I never had a bad
I
trip.
could be all of your shaman.
The first time I did
That's
mushrooms.
true.
No.
Dude,
could.
hello.
trust you.
Hello. Hello. I am.
Put a lab coat on and take Moon
Akachete
into
can take you to the spirit
sweat
world,
lodge.
Was
man.
picture it, 1996. I went to go see Porno for Pyros at the Capitol Theater in Westchester, New York.
You
And
would.
I somebody brought mushrooms and put it on a pizza. I was like, let's go. It was awesome.
Was it Domino's?
Was it? Look up. I don't know what. No, it was definitely not Domino's.
Sbarro's.
Yuck.
Yeah, they went to the mall and got
New
the
York's
pizza.
favorite.
I had a blast, dude.
Legit New York.
Every time. I went to Giant City Park the first time I did them, and I was up on a cliff with all these tall trees, and it looked like the Ewok village from Return of the Jedi. And I was just we'd lost my friend Tony, found him in the woods, and he goes, I'm chilling with the Ewoks, dude.
That
and I
sounds
go,
safe.
all right, cool, that's fun.
My dad passed
Let's
away.
hallucinate and get on top of a cliff.
My dad passed away a couple weeks later, tripping my balls off. Ended up falling asleep, meeting a bunch of Mayan Indians who were taking care of my dad. And it
Whoa.
was the coolest thing. It gave me so much peace with his passing. And like,
That is cool.
it was, I can still, like, I close my eyes right now, I can still see like the sunshine and the sand and all the different people that came up and
Is it
like
'cause
told
they
me
were
that he was
related?
okay. What?
It's because they were
No,
related.
he was Mayan. I don't know why they were Mayan. I don't
cool.
like. I don't. We never heard about that.
Better
We had
Mayan than
Cherokee in our
yours.
lineage allegedly, but yeah, it was beautiful.
What
But-
did you could understand what they were saying?
yeah, I did.
They spoke Southern Illinois
no.
English.
It was a vibe. I was like, oh, they have him. He's okay, and I was like at peace. It was crazy. So I could see the effects of like you're going through something like the PTSD. Like I talked to Dustin Rao, Songs for Soldiers, a lot because they've been part of sending veterans to different countries and whatnot.
Well, they've
and
been
helping
doing
people.
like ketamine therapy and
Yeah.
stuff
Dude,
like
there's
that.
a great documentary in Waves of War about the Ibogaine stuff, about like this. And it was a guy I went to school with in Carbondale. It was the Carbondale's like star quarterback. His name was Marcus Capone. He went on to be in like SEAL Team 6. And he takes veterans down there. And it's an interesting, those guys are like working through some real
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I think it's
stuff.
really cool the research they're doing on it, especially here in St. Louis, Wash U and SLU, and
That's cool.
That's awesome.
And it's not for everyone. Like people
No.
don't have like amazing reactions all the time. There's plenty of bad trips,
Sometimes
but
it's
that's
just
also just
fun.
how
I
it
also,
is.
I also don't think you should crap on it just because it's mushroom.
Yeah.
No, listen,
This is
It's
not
from the earth.
This is
Like I
not the
said.
stuff you
from the earth,
It's
man.
from the earth.
I volunteer.
Give me psilocybin mushrooms out of a cow pie any day over methamphetamines. You know what I mean?
I volunteer. If they're looking for somebody that's never tried it before, listen, get that man to floss. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Whatever it
Probably
takes for
work.
you to stop smoking or starting to floss. I don't know.
Well, when I drank the tea, I had to call.
You had to phone a friend?
Tina was at work. It was like coming out of COVID. She was doing like to-go orders. And I go, hey, things are going to be weird when you get home.
The dog is speaking French.
Because
The
I
best call
go, I'm just going to let you know when you get home, it's not going to be like a normal day with me. And that doesn't happen often.
Wait a minute. Was this the one day that like Tina came home and you were opening cabinets and like you were having?
I
like,
wasn't doing
an
that, but I was
ADHD
in the yard
experience?
with a Bluetooth speaker dancing with the dogs out in the grass, just having the time of my life by myself all day. And then, this is coming out of like isolation too, so that was like a real weird.
Yeah.
Everybody was weird.
I was just out everyone was weird anyway. I was out in the yard, just dancing in the grass, rolling around with the dogs, and just having a real good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only song I've queued up.
Why are you in your underwear?
Just letting you know. All right.
Nothing profound, just a real weird trip.
Just a guy in his underwear dancing with his dog.
Let him be.
Snake. All right, let's take a break, but first. And it's brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Beat the Clock Happy Hours back weekdays from 3 to 6 at Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Get the details at hotshotsnet.com. From St. Jacob, Illinois, Kodiak White.
Yeah, Kodiak.
Whoa,
What is his real name?
that's cool.
Well, I know there's a Kodiak Black, right? That's a rapper. Long-time
Kodiak,
daily
that's,
listener.
That's an island, right? Like an Aleutian Island or something?
Kodiak White. Kodiak has always wanted to join Team Rizz, and today is his lucky day. Kodiak says, I love the show, no complaints, love the whole crew and mix of everyone's personalities and opinions. I've been a fan of Moon and his music for quite some time. My daughter and I met Learn at the credit union in Shiloh, and to this day, she still talks about how special Learn made her feel by calling her red hair beautiful.
That's awesome. You are beautiful, pal.
She even took her Rizz Show head stickers and decorated her dollhouse with them. I love that. Kodiak is a laborer at local 459 in Belleville who likes to travel with his family and play hockey in his free time. He's a diehard St. Louis Blues fan and recommends going to an Indiana Fever game if you've never been to a WNBA game because they're awesome. Kodiak White from St. Jacob is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up. 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. I ran into a fella. I love when we give advice on the show and then we run into the people out in the public.
Yeah.
Remember a couple months ago, a guy was talking about he was going to run an Ironman and his wife was pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I forget what advice I gave.
Oh, it was.
It's probably good.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I think it was probably don't be a
he wasn't
moron
helping
and
with
do
the
it.
kid.
Don't be a moron and do it.
No, don't be a moron and run.
Don't be a moron, comma, do it, or don't be a moron
And
by
do
doing it.
Don't be a moron by doing it.
Okay, that sounds more like your advice.
I think I had a couple choice words as well. Well, I ran into him.
Oh, no.
And
He was holding his baby, and he goes, "Oh, Rizz, I did run that Ironman."
Oh, you
I
did?
could do it all.
Look at my medal. Now I get to see this kid half of the week.
I go,
Yeah.
did I give it good advice or what? You know, he goes, no, you told me not to run it. He called me a schmuck or something. I go,
That's probably why I did it.
cute kid. Don't hurt me. Nice guy. Good seeing you.
It is nice. I got a nice message from the other day from a guy on Instagram. He said, "What up, dude? Not sure if you remember me from almost 3 years ago. Reached out about going to rehab. Fast forward 996 days later, still sober. Led to the second greatest decision of my life, getting married tomorrow."
Oh,
Congratulations.
That's tight. I love hearing stories like that, man, where people get right and their life gets better.
Oh, that's nice.
That's kind of nice.
Well, even though I told him not to, I'm sure he really achieved something doing that Ironman.
He can do it all.
Sure, his wife was thrilled as she's pregnant. So my wife was in Columbus for a cheer competition over this weekend. So they took a flight this morning from Columbus to Baltimore. It was a 4:30 flight, and they were supposed to fly from Baltimore down to Fort Lauderdale to go hang with my in-laws. Canceled flight. Just canceled.
So she's stuck in Columbus.
No, she's in Baltimore now.
Oh, she's in Baltimore. Oh, my gosh.
She got the old halfway to where she was going and they canceled on her, too.
Yep.
That's why I didn't want to take today. I was afraid I was going to go back to the airport and get double donged.
Well, she just wrote 2-hour delay. I go, no, and then just canceled. Oh,
no.
What are you going to do in Baltimore? My cousin lives there.
Nice aquarium.
Dang
That's
it.
where they did the Wire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Go see all the
sights.
spots.
Oh, great.
That's one of the
Like,
things.
awesome.
All
The
right,
show I've never watched.
Crab on Celebrities next. What do we got?
We got the Oscars and the Razzies recap. Jack White had a very emotional whiplash weekend. Congrats to James Hetfield. And this is new, a new kind of rumor that we're going to have to be dealing with.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays to porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crab on Celebrity. Stay there. Welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Schreier Air Text line. 314-649-DUMB. The Bud Light Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ. Show your emails. Rizzshow at 1057thepoint.com. Sex Time Fun Facts coming up. Rafe on relationships. I do want to announce this. So, this year, we're not doing March Music Mayhem. We're doing something new. Mm-hmm. We're doing March Movie Mayhem. That's right. That's right. We love 90s cinema, don't we?
Yeah. Yes.
We love it. So it's time to put your money where your VCR is. So we are officially kicking off March Movie Mayhem this morning. Listen, we love March Music Mayhem as much as the next guy, but listen, Breaking Benjamin wins every freaking year. It's time to give something else a go, okay? We know you love Breaking Benjamin. If it's not Breaking Ben, it's Shinedown. We get it. You like those bands. So let's do something new, something different. Change of pace. So we've handpicked 32 of our favorite 90s movies and pitted them against each other in a brutal winner-takes-all bracket showdown. From high-octane action to the comedies you still quote daily, only one movie can be crowned the greatest of the 90s. Now, take a look at the brackets. They're all up there at 1057thepoint.com. This was tough to seed these movies. I know there are some maybe movies that we left out. We only have room for a certain amount.
Yes.
And this isn't just for bragging rights. If you build the top scoring bracket, you're walking away with a pair of tickets for Point Fest and a sweet 90s prize pack loaded with random 90s nostalgic swag that Learn is putting together.
Yes, and you know how I love to bundle a basket.
That's your thing.
It's going to be great.
You are a basket bundler.
Very true.
So the clock is ticking. You have until next Monday morning to get your picks in. Once the show starts on Monday, the vault is locked. So get those brackets filled out. Go to 1057thepoint.com. Let's see if your cinematic taste is actually as good as you think it is.
Man, I'm filling out mine right now, and I'm so bummed because we match these movies so well, and there are just flawless movies that are going out in round one in my bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just give
a gander.
Give an example. So
Okay.
what are the four quadrants?
So the four quadrants are horror,
horror,
comedy, drama, and like a teen type movie like Clueless, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And man, I'm telling you, like one that I'm having a hard time with is Shawshank Redemption 1994 versus Fight Club 1999.
Oh.
Now for me, it's Shawshank hands down, but I know our listeners, and a lot of them are going to go Fight Club, so it's hard. How about Tom Hanks versus Tom Hanks? Forrest Gump versus The Green Mile.
Tommy Boy versus Austin Powers.
Yeah, that's the tough. Pulp Fiction versus The Matrix. It's The Matrix all the way, but I feel like our listeners and our generation
The
is
Matrix,
gonna
not
say
A Matrix?
The
Matrix.
1999. Because the others were 2000s. Clueless versus Empire Records. American
Clueless.
Pie versus Can't Hardly Wait.
I think in that whole, that's the teen comedies.
Yeah, I got like Dazed and
Wayne's World
Confused.
takes that. I think Wayne's World takes that.
Very
Yeah,
much.
Dazed and
side.
Confused versus Wayne's World.
I think Wayne's World is going to make the top 4.
I think
When
the
all
final
comes down
four will be.
I don't know, man.
I think the final four will be
Sleep on Farley movies.
7,
He's in that.
It's true. It's true.
7, Big Lebowski, Pulp Fiction, Wayne's World. That's my prediction. But see all the brackets, see all the matchups, fill out your bracket. You have a chance to win Point Fest tickets, and that's super sweet 90s prize pack put together by Learn.
Yep, so there'll be a horror champion, a comedy champion, a drama champion, and a teen champion. Horror versus comedy then in the final four, drama versus teen. And the championship is the winner versus the winner.
Well, go take a look
the winner.
and fill it out.
I picked the winner, so this
Well,
is good.
I don't want your winners yet.
But you got to ask yourself, when you see the kind like the
Gummo.
Not in
Dark
the
horse
tournament.
candidate.
Not
Write-in candidate.
Not in the tournament.
when you see the categories, you got to ask, like, is Dumb and Dumber the funniest movie of the 90s?
Well, it's also how they're matched where they're matched up. That plays a lot into it as well. But we'll discuss through the week, and then we'll have the first matchup on Monday morning. So lock in those brackets. Chance to win some prizes. 1057thepoint.com. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this. The Oscars were on last night. Who watched? Anyone?
Nope.
No.
I
Don't be silly.
knew it was on, and I decided to watch a documentary about how Julius Caesar was killed.
Okay.
Because
We
that
lived
was-
2 different lives.
That was more interesting to me.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I love award shows. I've been pretty vocal about that. I thought this damn thing started at 7 last night. It started at 6.
Well, I guess you really don't love him, because
I
a real
know.
lover of award shows would know. It
I
started
would
at
know.
6.
I got in bed right at 7, got it on, hour in. Gosh, damn it.
Got it on.
And then I...
For an hour?
Yeah, for an hour. And then all I did see was the Rob Reiner tribute, which was excellent. Billy Crystal came out and the entire
I saw that.
casts of all of his different movies, which was very touching. But then I fell asleep. I fell asleep right after that.
You didn't miss much after that.
That's what I hear.
Well-
Because I really wanted to see Kate Hudson, there.
Yeah.
Didn't really get to see any part of that, but let's go through it. So
Honestly, and my thought was, all right, I'll watch the highlights after. I'll watch the highlights in the morning.
sure.
Which is the way to do it.
I disagree. I
And
love
go,
watching
who
it
the
live.
hell is this for?
It's
Who
for me.
watches this?
It's for people like me.
Who watches this?
Well, I'll
no
tell
one
you this.
slapped anybody.
They did a really good job. Like the opener with Conan, I did go back and watch that where he was taking all the best pictures, and he absolutely killed it. He was so ridiculous. He was dressed up as Aunt Gladys from Weapons, and all these kids are chasing him, and he's getting chased through all the different movies that were for Best Picture. It was excellent.
Yeah,
So Conan's
brilliant.
the best.
Maybe it's because I only saw one of the movies that was up for Best Picture.
It was a weird year. I'll give you that.
I saw F1, that was it. And you know what? I had the time by myself, and I go, I'm going to watch that One Battle After Another
Oh, yeah.
or Sinners. And I wound up watching the show Paradise on
Yes.
Hulu, which is excellent.
Why do you think it was a weird year for Best Picture?
Yeah, I
choice.
personally like. I saw Weapons, I saw Sinners, I saw One Battle After Another, and I loved all those movies in different ways. But I also like Hamnet. I didn't see, so for me it was just a weird year where I wasn't very excited. Like Sinners was excellent, and they walked away with a lot of awards last night.
they
So
did very good.
Sinners and One Battle After Another split the vote at the 2026 Academy Awards last night, each winning in a number of key categories. One Battle edged out Sinners for a number of them, though. But here, let's go back to Conan. So
All right, here's Conan.
Conan's open sketch. He joked about everything. This is one of his jokes where he talked about no British actors being nominated.
It's the first time since 2012, that there are no British actors nominated for Best Actor or Best Actress. Yeah. British spokesperson said, yeah, well, at least we arrest our pedophiles. So, we got that going.
Political nod there. Also, a butt of every joke was Timothy Chalamet because he was in the Best Actors nominees.
Oh, that was
And,
great.
he criticized opera and ballet, and then everybody made him a punching bag all night. Not even just Conan, but people accepting awards were punching down at Timothy Chalamet for what he had said.
So he said, what exactly did he say?
You don't want to upset that community, by the way.
He said
those
something to the
communities.
effect of how he doesn't want to be known for
nobody
those
goes to the
types of
ballet or
things.
the opera.
Yeah. And
Which
then-
is a total lie.
Nobody
Guys-
goes to the ballet or opera.
Guys, that's a lie. When's the last time you all went to either one?
I mean,
Right?
I'm
I mean,
not
we all
pretending.
go.
I'm still
I saw
waiting to go to the
Phantom,
ballet.
Phantom of the Opera.
I'm not pretending.
Yeah,
I
he
went
was
to the
just at the
ballet
Phantom.
once.
It's kind of opposite.
What'd you
Some
think? It
opera
was
singing.
the Nutcracker. What was it?
He said something to. He was just he was doing an interview. He's like, I'm glad I didn't get into like one of these dying arts like ballet or opera. And I'm like trying
and then
to
he
say.
laughed.
And then he laughed and then he goes,
everybody got-
shots fired. Don't even know why I said that.
And everybody got
I just-
butthurt.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
silly.
He's
It-
kind of a douche.
It was a silly thing to say.
I mean,
It wasn't mean.
what?
It was-
I mean, they crawled so he could walk. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. Like you had to have ballet and the opera to get to cinematic movies in
I
the
went
Marvel
to the
universe.
ballet once.
It was
when I was
disrespectful.
when I was courting my wife,
Okay,
and her parents bought us tickets, and I
That's
went.
nice.
I don't really want to go, but
here we are.
here we are. I'm trying to get in good with the in-laws.
It was punching down, and it was disrespectful. It was a dumb thing to say.
It was just stupid. And especially,
I mean, it's
he'll
not
probably
enough to
make a
get
movie about
What
an
was the
opera and a
exact quote?
ballet soon.
Listen, if you just watch the tone and watch how he delivered it, I guarantee you he regrets it. It just wasn't smart, and it was punching down.
Yeah.
If they're doing poorly, why crap on them? Like this is still
I don't think they
entertainment.
are
It was-
doing poorly, right?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
you just
not
asked us.
sure.
None of us
I
have
really,
gone.
I really
so.
don't know. Yeah, you're being sassy.
You
I went
are
to the
sassy.
Russian
Being
ballet.
sassy.
I'm being sassy. I didn't mean to offend you, Moon. Sorry.
No, it's not.
No, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
you didn't offend
I
me. I'm not.
apologize.
I can't dance or sing opera.
Well, Chalamet did not win. In fact,
Chalamet.
Chalamet. Best actor, Michael B. Jordan won for Sinners, and here he is with his acceptance speech.
Okay, stand by. I'm trying to pull up the Chalamet. Thing.
We don't care about Chalamet anymore.
Moving on.
I love me some Michael.
I
Jordan.
stand here because of the people that came before me. Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Will Smith, and to be amongst those giants, amongst those greats, amongst my ancestors, amongst my guys. Thank you, everybody in this room and everybody at home for supporting me over my career. I feel it. I know you guys want me to do well, and I want to do that because you guys bet on me.
We don't talk about
See?
Will Smith anymore.
He didn't punch down. What did he do? He had grace and
Yeah.
accepted, like, hey, everybody who came before me is the reason I'm here. Chalamet looks like a little douchebag.
Robert Downey
His,
Jr. got his ass good. And when our DJ speaks, Hollywood listens.
Yes.
And he said something to about Timothy Chalamet. He's like, I don't even want to see him at the Oscars. He's such a bonehead for what he said. And he goes, to be a truly great in this industry, which he claims to be, you need talent and humility. One he has, the other he lacks.
Oh, wow.
RDJ said that?
That's
Maybe
heavy.
the Kardashian, maybe the Jenner he's dating has gone to his head. He's got all these billionaires around him. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
heavy from a guy who's, had his ups and downs.
He said that. He's like, you can come back from it, but he's like, sometimes you need a little humility. I think that was his point.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
and I
agree.
think he'll get that. I think he's a smart enough dude to evaluate that and go, wow, that was a really silly, youthful mistake.
Yeah,
All right,
still
here-
good.
But also, what was the show he was on? Was he just being goofy with his buddies and he's just saying dumb things?
No, he was on with Matthew McConaughey, and it was this huge piece that was going to be turned into 4,000 pieces of content, which is what it is. Like, this was a
Here it is.
spotlighted
Here's what he said.
podcast.
Here it is.
I be working in ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there.
Those comments at a variety CNN town hall with fellow actor Matthew McConaughey sparked a little backlash on social media.
After that, he
actually, Timothy Chalamet sparked a big old "the internet can't stop talking about" a backlash.
Okay.
He kind of doubled down after that, too. And he goes, oh, it just cost me 14 cents and blah, blah, blah. He kind of like double sassed it a little bit.
Get your head,
And did you hear
shrink
the-
your head a little bit.
It's
Timmy.
whatever.
Is the Conan
I wish him
O'Brien
well. I
comment
love
in
him.
this?
What? I'm sorry.
Conan O'Brien's comment about it, where he's talked about the extra security. Do you have
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
here?
I don't have it. In
Okay,
there, no,
well, yeah,
but
he
he's
said,
talking
like,
about
tonight at the Oscars, we have extra security. There's a lot of threats going on, all that stuff, and thanks to Chalamet, the opera and ballet community are very upset.
That's funny. I love that kid, and he'll bounce back.
Yeah, he'll
fine.
be fine.
This is a learning experience. But speaking of
I
Michael,
thought it was like a funny thing. he was
speaking of
on.
Michael B. Jordan, though, don't forget where he got to start. The Wire. He was a kid.
Dude.
Oh,
like
that's
a
right.
15-year-old
From the
kid.
get-go.
Everything goes back to the wire.
Is he the biggest Michael Jordan now?
Oh.
No, you stop it. You
You
calm
got
down.
a while to go, Michael B.
Like we were saying, the In Memoriam was a really great part of the Oscars and one of the only parts that I saw. So Billy Crystal came out and they did this massive moment for Rob and Michelle Reiner. And
Which was I did watch this part.
It was great.
Not live, but after.
To the millions who have enjoyed his films all these years, I want you to know, here and around the world, how many times Rob told me that it meant everything to him, that his work meant something to you. And for us, who had the privilege of working with and knowing him and loving him, all we can say is, buddy, what fun we had storming the castle.
Yeah, and he went through all his movies. So he started
fun
with
storming
this
the
is
castle.
Spinal Tap, and then what was the next movie he did?
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, Princess Bride, Misery, Harry Met Sally.
And so as many people as they could fit on that stage for those different movies, they all came out. And it was really cool to see them all on one stage. And
Yeah.
they did through it like a little retrospective.
Not Corey Feldman.
Not Corey Feldman.
Not
He was
Andre
not
the
invited.
Giant.
Not invited. And Andre the Giant's been dead for a while.
Well,
And do you
speaking
feel
of
sad that Hulk didn't get his time on there from the classic movies he's put out? They said nothing about Hulk Hogan.
Oh, really? Yeah, Mr. Nanny was a great film.
What are you talking about?
Oh, for the In Memoriam.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't mention James Vanderbeek either.
what happened to Hulk Hogan?
He's dead.
Why don't I remember this? I
The pile
Wasn't that,
drive.
like,
he
way
got
too
pile drive.
long
maybe I
ago?
refuse
last
to.
summer.
You refuse to accept it?
I do not accept.
You don't want to accept the news?
I'm not in a world without Hulk Hogan. I just.
I'm
not.
sorry, bro.
Hey, did they skip Gene Hackman though too?
I didn't see it.
Well, they gave him last year because he died
Oh, he
before
did?
the one last year. So he got.
I think Hulk Hogan was dead too. Or when did he die? Last
Summertime.
year?
Hulk Hogan.
I don't know, man.
Was this a hard thing?
Listen, too many people are dying. They don't have enough time in
It
the
wasn't
show.
rough. I noticed that it was the Globes was the last award show.
I just
The
couldn't
Globes.
take
It
it.
was a particularly big loss year in Hollywood. Like a lot of big
Crazy.
legends died.
Or no, it was SAG.
Maybe it was the SAG Awards. It was a lot because I remember
Oh, Eric
I watched
Dane
that
left
one, I was
out?
like, damn.
Maybe maybe there's like a season and they go, okay, we can't do it because we have everything all pre-produced.
What you mean Eric Dane left out? He was this year.
That's what I mean. So was
Yeah,
James
but he was
Vanderbeek.
before the.
Yeah.
Oh, and
usually
they did
sneak
him?
in.
No,
didn't
they
do
did
it.
not do him.
Oh yeah, they'll do him next year.
That's what
Will
I was
they?
thinking. Like maybe it's all pre-produced in a way that
I mean, that takes 10 minutes to edit.
10
we
minutes.
don't know how long it takes. Well, Robert Redford was also talked about. Barbara Streisand came out and she did a little singing for The Way We Were.
God,
in
if
honor
I
of
would have
him.
known she was there, I would have
Babs?
definitely tuned in. What a banger.
Who's this?
You leave Barbara Streisand alone.
Came out of retirement. I ought to sing
Yeah,
this.
she did.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
Pretty cool. Like I was talking about, Paul Thomas Anderson, one battle after another, one for Best Picture. So here they are accepting that for Best Picture.
Okay, Best Picture.
Best Picture.
Here we go.
In 1975, the Oscar nominees for Best Picture were Dog Day Afternoon, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Jaws, Nashville, and Barry Lyndon. There is no best among them. There is just what that mood might be that day.
Sounds nervous.
But we're happy to be part of this. A wonderful, wonderful journey with our fellow nominees, our fellow filmmakers.
Thank you. You ever see Dog Day Afternoon?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
Great.
Is it cute?
What a great movie that is.
What is that about?
I've never seen it.
That's
Are there dogs in it?
about the
no,
Beatles,
that's Al Pacino.
Bank robbery movie, right?
Robs a bank to get the money so his boyfriend could get a sex change.
Oh.
And the boyfriend is Chris Sarandon, Prince Humperdinck from...
Oh, wow.
No way.
Yeah, dude, really good movie.
Okay.
Hey, you
Dog
can
Day
talk about
Afternoon.
Ludwig Göransson?
No.
So this dude, this Swedish musician, Ludwig Göransson, he
Sinners?
he did Sinners. He won the Oscar. That is his third in the last 8 Oscars. That gives him, I think it's 1 fewer or maybe 2 fewer than John Williams.
Holy
How is this man not a household name, huh?
So he has more Oscars than because he did Oppenheimer. He won for Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. He also did The Odyssey, so he may win for that when that comes out. And then he did another one that he won the Oscar for, and he has more than Hans Zimmer.
Good for him.
He has. I mean, like this is like the second most Oscar. Winning composer out there. This he's like a kid. He's like 40 years old, and he's
60 Minutes had a profile on him like a month or so ago.
he's right on the back of John Williams. I thought that was crazy.
He's actually AI.
Well,
taking our gerbs.
I'm glad I fell asleep because I was watching because I wanted to see Kate Hudson win her first Oscar. She was nominated again for the Neil Diamond movie that she did with Hugh Jackman. She did not win. Hamnet's Jessie Buckley won for Best Actress, and here she is accepting her award.
Okay, and a movie that nobody's seen. Here we go.
You, Fred, I love you, man. I love you. You're the most incredible dad. You're my best friend, and I want to have 20,000 more babies with you. I do.
Who's this?
I hear that all the time.
Jessie Buckley. That's
And
Best
I
Actress.
love my little girl who is 8 months, who has absolutely no idea what's going on and is probably dreaming of milk. But this is kind of a big deal. And I love you, and I love being your mom, and I can't wait to discover life beside you.
It's so awesome that St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow.
Was she from
I know.
Alabama?
Yeah, she's from Alabama. So Kate Hudson did not win, but she did get an honoring over at the Razzies because she was honored as a Razzie Redeemer Award for Song Sung Blue. She's been in the Razzies before for like movies like Mother's Day and a movie called Music. But it was Ice Cube's War of the Worlds that dominated the 46th Razzies Awards, winning 5 out of the 6 nominations, including Worst Picture, Worst Actor, Worst Director, Worst Screenplay, and the Worst Prequel, Remake, and Ripoff or Sequel. So
Boy,
congratulations,
that kind
Ice
of came
Cube.
and went that movie.
We picked that a while back, and I think we all picked War of the World. I think that was like a dunk in the room.
Yeah.
We were all like, man, that movie got...
we all watch it?
Trash. The trailer was bad enough.
By the way, Jessie Buckley, who won the award, is probably from the most Irish place in Ireland, Killarney. Killarney, Ireland.
I'm from Killarney.
Killarney.
Fantastic. Moving on into music, Jack White had a very up and down weekend of announcements. So I saw that he got booked for April 4th, Saturday Night Live. Jack Black is going to host, so everybody's excited about that. Jack Black and Jack White.
Jack Black and Jack White.
Wow.
Huh?
Right?
How about
It'll be
that?
amazing.
That's
April
clever.
4th.
The Jacks.
And then almost immediately after I saw that tweet from Consequence of Sound, I saw that Jack White had Instagrammed out that his mother, Teresa Gillis, had died at the age of 95.
Dang,
on
95.
Sunday morning.
Congratulations.
And he says she loved the song Don't Fence Me In, loved jigsaw puzzles, good Polish food, and a woman who gave so much of her love and gave so much of herself to her family and everybody she met.
Good Polish food.
So, R.I.P. to
Kielbasa,
Jack's mom.
pierogies.
Hell yeah.
And?
And that's it.
Kraut.
Po' boys.
Nope.
That's not what that stands for?
That's not.
Nope.
My bad.
Polish boys.
Po' boy.
Well, they were
Po' boy.
Polish
Like a
boys. sandwiches.
Polish boy.
Nope.
You eat right through the middle instead of
Nope.
from end to end?
Yeah.
It's not. I've been
how
doing
you
it wrong this whole time.
Also, rest in peace. This was very surprising. So, Phil Campbell of Motorhead died at the age of 64 after complications from a major operation.
Is he the last?
He is not the last. So he was in Motorhead the second longest besides Lemmy. So I was reading up about him. He joined in 1984, remained a key member until the band's disbandment.
New guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 40-something years ago.
The new guy.
He was the second longest serving member of the band, and he was remembered. He was remembered as a husband, father, grandfather. Everybody called him Bampy, and so it was kind of out of nowhere. I texted my friend Huck, who actually helped design a lot of Motorhead's merch and like went on tour with them a lot.
Cool.
And so Sunday morning, I woke up and I told him, I was like, "Hey man, Phil Campbell passed away," and he was like, "Oh my God!" Like, you know, it's just out of nowhere. So very sad to hear that. And here's a little killed by death because Phil Campbell was killed by death. For your Motorhead in the
Motorhead
morning.
killed by death, yes. I saw Motorhead once.
I love those lyrics.
And
It's a guitar. He was a guitarist.
I know, I'm just fooling.
it was a lot of noise. It was so loud.
It was so
Oh, yeah.
loud.
Yeah, I think that was their
It
thing.
was so loud that I go, I don't know what's happening.
Your ears are bleeding, and that's what's supposed to
Well,
happen.
you're there because Lemmy's there.
You almost have to know the music and anticipate what they're playing.
Right. You go, oh, Lemmy's here.
I think
that's what
because
song
this
it
guy
is.
passed away, that I think it was like in 2021 when they played Ace of Spades at the church bells or whatever. You ever seen that clip?
Yeah.
It was sick, dude. And I must have been back, and I kept popping up in my phone yesterday, and I'm like, that's probably why they were resharing that. But
That's
that
when
was
Lemmy
pretty
died.
cool.
Mikey D's still alive, but he wasn't an original member or anything like that. But yeah, it sucks. I'm not like a huge Motorhead fan, but I love their statement in the culture, and Lemmy is God, and
Yeah. They
I've seen them a
they
few
have
times.
their place. They have their place in music history.
Absolutely, they do. And they should be in the Rock Hall. Congrats to James Hetfield. Last Friday, the Metallica frontman proposed to his girlfriend, Adriana, while snorkeling with whale sharks on her birthday. He held up a little sign and says, "Adriana, will you marry me?" while underwater. And then she responded positively.
She pulled the.
She said yes.
She pulled his air tube.
No. She's a
She
former
said,
journalist.
Yeah. What's her name?
Her name is Adriana Gillett, and she's a former journalist and a fashion designer. She expressed her joy on Instagram, saying, "Best birthday trip surprise ever. In a sea full of fish, we caught each other." How
that's
cute is
nice.
that? They're mermaids.
So cute.
So cute.
I saw a picture of James Hetfield. Somebody caught him in the airport.
Yeah.
What do he look like?
Did you see this picture? He's
No.
in an airport
Drinking
He's
a
sitting
mocha
by himself.
choca.
He's drinking a Starbucks
I don't want to see that.
ice drink, scrolling on his phone.
Nobody
And
wants
I
to
go,
see him do
Nobody wants
that.
to see this.
Nope.
Nobody wants to see
on
James
Friday.
Hetfield. do
That was
this.
when I saw Mick Jagger with the to-go bag, and I didn't like it. I go, no.
What happened?
I want to see Mick in his little pink shirt holding a doggy bag, being like, watching the sunrise, knowing he's going back to his hotel like everyone else and going to like have crumbs on his chest. I don't want to know about that. Some
You're just
things
like us.
Out of sight.
I know. No, but I don't want them to be like us.
I know. There's certain people you don't want to see in that.
Remember when
regard.
they saw Danzig buying cat food and it changed his whole career?
I mean, I'm into that.
He was
That's
known as
something I
so
could-
cool before that.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was just like, yeah, he's like,
Kidding.
he looked like a suburban mom. I think it was like cat litter, baby. He was just like carrying it out of a PetSmart.
Was he wearing fingerless gloves?
Dude.
Yeah, do you have eyeliner on? Damn it. Like
Remember
have
when
a
he got in the
devil
fight?
lock?
He just looked like.
With the neighbor. No, I'm not talking about the fight where he got knocked out. I'm talking about the one with the neighbor.
No, well, the fight where he got knocked out is also not great for his image.
Well, he's just
None
a
of
very
it.
small man. This is crazy news. So Burt Kreischer's tour bus caught fire. They were in Prairie View Township in Minnesota on Interstate 94. The driver was the only person on the bus at the time. He's okay, or they're okay. No injuries were reported, but it's crazy. So Burt Kreischer learned of the fire when he and his team had already left the bus. They had a blowout tire that disabled them during a snowstorm the earlier night. And then he said it was a fluke accident, emphasizing the importance of timing. Also gave it up to God, says the Lord works in mysterious
How does
ways.
that happen?
Tickets are soft.
Okay.
Soft
You think tickets
Burn
are
the bus
soft?
down?
He's burning his damn bus
Burn
down.
the
He
bus
wasn't even
down.
there. This isn't even a story. This happens all the time.
Oh,
Buses don't
they
burn
lost
down
a
all
lot
the
of
time.
belongings.
Yes, they do.
It's not like once a week.
Things get on fire. Things get on fire all the time. He wasn't even there. This is not a story.
Come on, man.
I want to hear about celebrities.
You're all into the Lord. The Lord works in mysterious ways. You're not all over that part of the story. I thought
Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
marketing does too.
Pull up Danzig buying kitty litter on that.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to
That
see
picture is
Danzig
I
play.
need my friends to see this.
And he also just looks so sad in that picture. I
Danzig?
just looked at it. It's incredible.
Hilarious.
All right, one more story.
Litter.
Mommy.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got a couple.
That's how I look.
I've seen that. Oh, God.
He kind of looks cooler than I anticipated to be.
No.
That's me at PetSmart every week of my life.
No, he's holding
funny.
a carton of
Pet litter. Or cat litter.
kitty litter. What brand is that?
That's Fresh Step.
Yeah,
He's a Fresh Step man.
Box of Fresh Step.
putting it in his Jag.
That's so stupid. I love it.
It's hilarious.
And
I like
finally,
Fresh
guys,
Scoop.
we are living in the future times. And, you know, there's a lot of rumors that celebrities get. And now we're going to have a new one to add, okay? This is
Okay.
going to be ongoing. And so the new type of gossip headline we're all going to have to either debunk or think it's actually happening is who is dating an AI person, an AI lover? Who's got an AI lover now?
Oh, I saw this.
Because Zach Braff has had to publicly deny that he is dating an AI chatbot. And so speculation started after an episode of the podcast, I Need You Guys. In the podcast, a well-known actor is discussed in a relationship with an AI chatbot. Fans start speculating that it was Zach Braff. He had to actually take to Instagram stories and say, quote, I'm not dating a chatbot. I can't believe I have to actually type these words.
Wait, so there's a rumor going around that an actor is dating an AI chatbot.
A well-known actor. And so then he had to clarify that the speculation may have originated from the storyline of an upcoming episode of Scrubs.
Who would it be?
Ooh, let's speculate.
That is an upcoming episode
I guess
of Scrubs?
so.
I think we all know who it is, dude.
Go on.
Who is dating an AI chatbot that's a well-known actor?
Gotta be Busey. 100%. 100. He
Well,
would
nobody-
not know.
The sun.
are
Good
fine
morning,
with
my
that.
beautiful. Good morning, my beautiful queen.
I'm okay with that, though.
Yeah. He needs to date a chatbot. That will help Gary. Give Gary something.
Give
Give Gary some chat.
Gary something to do.
Anyway, Zach Braff also expressed surprise at the podcast being a source of the rumors, revealing that he only became aware of it due to not being on TikTok. So Zach Braff is not dating an AI chatbot, but I guess people will in the future. Prepare yourselves. Rumors like this are going to come and go. And that's
You
your
want to hear Gary Busey's latest Instagram?
Sure.
Hang on, let me get this going here. Gary Busey on Instagram.
Out there, living and breathing. Tonight is your night to have a great night. And it's up to you to make it great because you are greater than great.
There
Thanks,
it is.
Gary.
Oh, I like that.
That was
You
nice.
know where I heard that?
Where?
My chatbot girlfriend.
Virginia.
He just on there just giving like inspirational messages.
I like
This
it.
is my girlfriend,
I'm
Beep
all
Boop.
about it.
Beep boop.
My girlfriend Beep Boop and I were on a date. We went to Sizzler and I sat my laptop across from me and I fed her raw bacon.
Celebrity,
All right, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Tyrell Jackson Williams, whose brother's name is Tyler. So Tyrell and Tyler, just one little letter flop there. That's Leo from Disney's Lab Rats, is 29. Wolfie Van Halen is 35. Blake Griffin is 37. Alexandra Daddario. She's okay looking. She's 40. Alan Tudyk is 55. That guy's
guy.
all over the place now.
He's amazing.
Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls is 59.
Love her.
Rodney Peete, former NFL QB, married to Holly Robinson Peete, is 60. The Honorable Mark Carney is 61. That is the Canadian Prime Minister.
Okay.
Jerome Flynn from Game of Thrones, that's Bronn, is 63. Todd McFarlane, Spawn creator, is 65. Flava Flav is 67. Nancy Wilson from Heart is 72. Eric Estrada from Chips is 77. And Victor Garber, what a cool name. It's Jennifer Garner's double agent dad on Alias. You know this guy's face.
Oh,
You've seen
yeah,
him on 100 things. Victor Garber is 77 years old today.
Here's Gary.
Hey, it's Gary Busey. And I have got a great Christmas present for you. Listen to this. Honk! Honk! That's what a goose sounds like when they're flying. They're letting you know they're up there. Honk! Honk! You get a bunch of geese together. Honk, honk, honk.
Anybody else look
Honking
at
in
Gary's
the air.
face and you think one of his eyeballs is going to pop out?
Yeah, it's from the wreck.
Okay.
I'd like to make an announcement. Beep Boop and I are having a child. I stuck my wiener in a charging port, and I believe she's pregnant.
Oh, 636 says it's Tom Cruise that's having an affair with an AI chatbot.
Well, that would make more sense. Leave Zach Braff alone.
He does his own stunts.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Tommy Ryden. And today's birthday girl's been in 95 fine films, including Belladonna's Odd Jobs 2, Bound to Please 2, Daddy's Worst Nightmare 6, Face Full of Diesel,
Oh, my.
I know. The Girls of March. It's Huge, 6. The Pink Panther. And who could forget a role in 2009's Scott's favorite, Swingin' Meat.
Oh, so good. That should have won last night, actually.
It's like a German storefront.
Yeah. It's a Polish
It's a front, all right.
Tommy Ryden is 39 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with your Sex Time fun facts. How many people have you kissed in your lifetime? Girth Vader to the rescue, and how the U.S. measured up who's got the biggest dong. We got the state stats. And where does Missouri come in?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. We'll chop it up next. My poor wife is stuck in Baltimore. Oh.
Sucks.
That's so much fun, Baltimore.
They were going from Columbus to Baltimore, and then from Baltimore to Lauderdale. So they got the first flight out of Columbus at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, made it to Baltimore, got on the plane. They asked for volunteers to give their carry-ons over.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, fine, we're on the plane already.
You know what's funny is if there is any city that compares to St. Louis, in my opinion, that's an East Coast city, it's Baltimore.
I always forget about Baltimore.
They have a railroad museum, too.
Charm City?
I mean, it's very railroad and port, type of city.
Gritty.
A lot of murder.
It is gritty.
Good bands.
So they were on the plane, and they canceled the flight while they were on the plane. Oh. Nobody is flying to Florida today out of Baltimore.
Well,
storms.
Things you can do in Baltimore.
She
Walk
got no
the
luggage.
Cobblestone. Go to Fells Point. Go to the American Visionary Art Museum.
I'd rather her not walk around there.
Okay.
She's with my daughter.
They got that whole pier area, and they got
pier
like,
area is cool.
Yeah,
it's like the aquarium and stuff.
And
it's
over
cool.
a walking distance from there is basically their ballpark village. It's the same people that own it.
Just another.
Oh yeah,
It's just another grift. Another airplane grift, dude. Don't ever give up your bag. They do it all the time.
She said they were on the plane.
I understand that. They do it all. Delta's loves doing it. They love like overbooking a flight and then being like, "Hey, we need to gate check your bag." And I go, "No, I packed a carry-on so I don't have to worry about you losing my luggage." That's why I made the sacrifice of not bringing a whole bunch of stuff with me. And they'll do two things happen. You'll have a connecting flight and you'll get off and be running tight, and you got to wait for the guys to unload it, and they're not in a hurry.
Just don't bring anything with wheels. Have your carry-on have no wheels.
So let me ask you this. So they cancel the flight. Why don't they just return everybody's luggage?
They don't. They make it go
She
to
says they're
final
rerouting
destination.
it.
Yep.
I go, what does that mean, rerouting it?
That's so silly.
They don't have the carousel.
Get out of here.
No, once they check it in, they can't.
Security thing, maybe.
They can't uncheck a bag. So it's like, that happened to me when I came from Fresno, Denver. They canceled my flight from Denver to here. We drove from Denver. I got off the plane. Everyone's mad at gate agent. All the luggage is sitting there. I'm like, that's my bag. Can I get it? And they're like, we can't give it to you. It's going to St. Louis. Took it 7 days to get here.
I go, what?
And I had to go pick. And then I had to drive back out to the airport to get my own
No,
luggage.
you can call and they'll deliver it.
Well, she's like,
you just have to be willing to spend the minutes being that person.
Well, she said she got a hotel, and I guess they have to pay for it because it's weather related.
Mm-hmm.
So Moon's yelling, tell her to fight. And I said, hey, why don't you fight? And she goes, I'm going to hang up now.
Yep.
I'm not going to ask it. No more questions.
Actually, you got in your car, I heard, after she...
I told her to fight for.
Right after she growled at you, I heard you hopped in your
I don't
Beamer.
have the song pulled up.
You know what I told her to fight for? Expensive underwear. You go buy a whole bunch of stuff and you charge it to the thing and you say, you took my
bag.
carry-on. I have no underwear and I require expensive
She
underwear.
said she has nothing.
On a nightly
Thank
basis.
God my daughter didn't give up her bag.
It does suck, man. Like I've been there where you just got your stinky. Now you got your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
You got like your computer and you don't have any clothes and you're just like, cool, man. And just don't give up your bag.
Yeah,
that's a hot tip. Just if you argue with them, they'll find a place for it.
She's a smart traveler.
You got to read their fine print, and you have to use their language against them because it is their language. Alaska Airlines bought me a guitar. Qantas bought me a 5-pack of white T-shirts. I mean, you screwed me, and you got to pay for it.
Now I get if it's weather related. If it's weather related,
glad you're getting that stuff.
You got
I feel like you're doing it on my behalf because I'm too lazy to do all that.
And usually, once you get to a human. And you tell them, and it's a true story. I'm not lying about nothing.
I know.
they're pretty cool about it.
Well,
they're like, dude, sorry,
tell,
man.
And
like,
tell them, like, you took my bag. You
Yeah.
made me give up my bag at the gate.
But just remember, it's their job to save money. Even though these people, as individuals, are very nice people and they're looking out for you,
It's the bottom
you
line.
have to know their language. So you look up the American Airlines or the Delta Airlines. Like, you look up their fine print. Use their language. They can't fight you.
I forgot this detail about why Lambert sucks earlier in the first hour.
Please.
We talked about it.
Trash my airport more.
In the middle of checked bags coming down,
Yeah.
the carousel quit.
Oh.
It just broke down. So the bags started just they were still coming on the conveyor belt, but the carousel wasn't going, so they just started like rolling off into the floor.
Oh, and let me guess, an
'Cause they were
employee ran over to fix it immediately.
No.
They were
Everybody
off.
went home for the night. All right, let's do Sex Time Fun Facts. Thank you. And it's sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
Well, if you were asked this question, how many people have you kissed in your lifetime? Would you know the answer right away?
No.
How many people have you kissed?
Like anybody I've kissed?
You include my children?
No.
Like kiss on the lips or
Okay,
make
so
out?
romantic
Made out.
kiss.
Romantic kiss.
Well, romantic kiss.
Romantic kiss.
Would it take a minute to figure out, or would it be impossible?
Nah, just a minute.
Your 20s were a little hazy.
Just a minute for me.
Yeah, I don't know if I know that number.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm super low numbers. Low
We
numbers.
got high
kissing
number
too?
of kids, but we got low numbers of
Yeah,
love
maybe
many
I'm
people
an
have you kissed?
absolute lover.
Moon skips the kissing.
No,
He gets right down to business.
I'm just a
doesn't
loyal
waste
lover,
time.
man.
You're like pretty woman. You won't kiss him. You're like, I'll have sex with you, but I won't kiss
Right.
you.
No mouth
I would
stuff.
say,
It's too intimate on the lips.
if I were to guess, I would say maybe 15 people.
Really?
How many?
15?
People or
I didn't know we were doing relationship math this morning. Let me just try and figure this out.
That was your thing, right? Weren't you a kissing bandit?
I was kissing everybody.
I know you
Yeah.
were kissing everybody.
They called her Miss
I would
Mono.
I would say 15.
Yeah, so I mono Tim's wife because I had mono all the
Yeah.
time. Okay.
Around-
They call him
between
Mono
15
Tim
and 20.
because of his tone of voice. It's the fact that he's immune. She had to marry him because he is immune to mono.
It's true.
I got the numbers, though. A survey from a couple years ago asked over 6,000 people to reveal their kissing stats. This is for romantic kissing only.
Can you remember them all?
I mean, I'm writing them down. I mean, I'm
crazy.
trying. I'm starting like early because
way.
I was boy
Okay.
crazy in grade school. So, I mean, do those count? I mean, I was kissing
Yep.
David on the mouth.
You made out with a dude at a Rams game in the hallway
I
just
did.
randomly. I figured you'd have a few that were just
There's going to be a
no way to
fuzzy
keep
area.
track. What a funny place to just make out with a stranger.
I
At
know.
a
I hate
Rams game?
sports.
At a Rams game, like
the
in the
best.
Honestly, it was the best game I ever went to because I was
bet.
completely entertained.
All right, Moon, give me the number.
I'm going to say I'm probably 15 or 16. I'm going to say 16 just because there might be somebody from long ago. But yes,
I'm looking over at Lauren's shoulder here. There was Joey, there was Lance, there was JC, there was Justin, there was Howie, there was Kevin, there was Brian.
It was every
there
boy
was
band.
Nick, there was Lewis, there was Liam,
I mean,
Harry, there was Zane.
I have every David,
12
Gabe,
Joshes.
Matt, Mitch, Seth, Dustin, Jarrett, Brandon. I'm like going through it. Like every boy's name from the '90s is like.
Did you kiss the Jonas Brothers, Nick and Joe?
Any girls on there?
Yeah, I've kissed girls.
Let's go. What are their names?
honestly, I probably only have 14, but I'm just saying it was probably a couple when I was young.
So you're like me, like between 15 and 20.
No.
Less?
I'm going to say 14 to 16.
14 to 16.
Yeah.
14 to
It's a
16.
very specific
Wow.
range.
Well, I was 14 that I remember, and I'm going to assume
Couple.
give or take 2.
Okay. When did I get married? I was 30. When did Tim and I start dating? 2010. Okay, so 2010, the romantic
So
kissings
after
of
2010,
others
how many?
stopped. After 2010, just Tim. People have kissed me on the mouth, but that was more of a friendly thing.
These are platonic kisses, do not count.
Yeah, those are platonic.
You got to think I got pregnant at 16, too, so that kind of locked me in for a minute.
Yeah, because you got married young.
Scott, how many
Yeah.
for you?
I mean, just a few handfuls.
I want a number.
I
want a number.
Let's go.
He don't have a clue.
One, my wife. That's it.
My wife.
Kissing my wife.
No,
Under
Kissing
or
my
over,
wife.
over or under 20.
that's got it.
But he's like, I kissed my wife on her upper and bottom lip.
I mean, 'cause
hers too.
think about this. I was single so few times, really only like 2 to 3
Yeah.
brief times. You were single till you were
yeah,
30.
probably right around 20, I guess.
Okay.
I did the numbers.
25.
I have
I
probably
can't believe you remember.
30, 40.
That's crazy.
I'm not. I'm averaging. So for 25 years, give or take, I was probably kissing like at least like 3 or 4 people a year, right?
Oh, it's not bad.
Let me see.
For 25 years.
Let's say like 100. I probably kissed 100 people.
There's Donnie, there's Jordan, Joey, Danny, Jonathan, Nathan,
New kids
Sean,
on the block. Yes.
Robbie and Gary. There's Kendall, James, Carlos, and Logan.
Uncle Ron.
Uncle Ron.
That was a weird night.
Yeah. We don't talk about it.
Oh,
Nice lips, though.
took a turn.
Yeah, about 100, I would say.
100.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. I would say yes to that too. I
For
would
you,
probably-
100?
It has to be like
Big lip hose.
we're talking about spin the bottles.
Yes.
Making out at parties. That was like a staple of my junior high, dude. Just like you were
small
just
town,
kidding. I mean, we were passing mono around like the collection plate
and
at
herpes
church.
simplex, you know?
And then you count like so many times like after the bar, you didn't go home with somebody, but you probably like make out in front of the bar before they like and be like, see you at the party, you know, like or making out at a party
Man.
with a girl.
What a loser I was.
Yeah, there was a lot of kissing. Way more kissing than humping.
That's
And
right. I mean, I was not like a big hoe, like in the sexual sense, but making out, yes. Like, I mean, I have not had many partners.
I like it too.
In
It's
the
one of my
sack.
favorite things to do.
Kissing.
But
I think
kissing
kissing
was
is like
awesome.
it's one of the sexiest parts of the whole
Kissing?
act. I couldn't imagine like if you were with someone. I don't think I could be with a bad kisser.
The most popular answer for America is kissing 5 to 10 people was the most popular answer.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Man, we a bunch of hoes.
That's
Well,
are.
compared
We're
to these
lip
two
hoes.
hoes from Southern Illinois, jeez.
I know.
I'm
That
like,
was like
maybe
bro.
between 15 and 20 for maybe.
Oh, every
So
summer. I had
many.
so many. I mean, we just ran around with like so many guys that were
Yeah,
cute.
cousins,
you just wanted to
you had
kiss
all
and you
that
had
around you.
cousins.
19%.
I didn't know we were
Everybody.
counting cousins.
Yeah, yeah.
19% of people say they've 19% of people say they've kissed between 2 to 4 people.
Yeah, you guys were kissing on that 4-wheeler when you wrecked it.
Yeah.
And you guys were riding spider style, kissing, and that's what caused the wreck. You,
Spider
you and
style,
King
is that-
Scott.
That's true.
Is that facing
Yeah.
each other?
Yeah.
Facing
Yeah.
each other with legs?
Yeah.
Let me see here. 12% are not sure. 12% prefer not to give an answer.
Oh no.
12% say they've kissed 26 or more. 4% have kissed between 21 or 25. So scientifically speaking,
That's
around 1 in
crazy.
6 people are getting busy. 9% of people claim they've smooched 11 to 15. And 5% of people say they've only kissed one person in their life. And 5% of people say they've kissed between 16 and 20. And 3% have kissed 0 people.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if young people are making out with randos anymore. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I was in my 20s and we go to the club and hot guy, you're dancing with them and you end up making out with sharing a number and then
Sure,
nothing
I mean,
happens.
now with fentanyl around.
That
am
was
I right?
crazy.
What? Dude,
Now
I feel,
nobody's doing it anymore.
what's wrong with me, man? I literally thought minimum answer was going to be like 25. I thought 25 was going to be like 80% of people. Because, I mean,
No.
Yeah, man.
you start
Way less.
You're counting like every
Not everybody's a hoe,
making out in
Rafe.
the hallways, and I was a little hoe, I guess, man. I got problems.
Now everybody's just making out with
I
everybody.
was counting on my fingers, and I think I'm at 13. I think I'm lucky number
Good for
13.
you.
Yeah,
You want to make it 14?
surely.
Have you guys ever kissed any dudes?
No.
No.
Sure. On tour as a joke.
Oh, well, yeah, our buddy Sid, he's good at that.
Yeah.
I'm married.
You'll be walking
guys.
past, it'll just grab you,
I
smooch
married a
you.
guy as a joke.
But romantically, no.
No.
As like, goofs and whatever.
I think it's so fun when straight guys kiss each other. I think it's the sweetest thing. Like, Adam Sandler kisses like Timothy Chalamet at the Oscars last year or something, or maybe it was Golden Globes. I thought that was the cutest thing ever.
I got more
Yeah,
from
like a-
Learns List.
a
And I love
TV
when
show
Key
or
and
something.
Peele
I've
and the
kissed Bobby
bloopers
J.
kiss.
Cox like 30 times.
Right.
I'm looking at
On
Learns
stage.
List, more of it. Mark, there's Howard, there's Jason.
With tongue?
There's
Oh,
Ronan, there's
Jason.
Steven, there's Keith, there's Max, Nathan, Tom, Bobby, Ralph, and Ricky.
Yes.
There's Michael, Jermaine, and Tito.
I'm not even arguing these names, dude. I've made out with every one of these guys.
Bobby J. Cox and I wrote a sketch about a fictional movie, a trailer for a movie called Dad Kiss, where I was his dad and I couldn't figure out how to give my son a kiss. And the whole
What?
thing, it's like a Nicholas Sparks movie where, and we had to kiss for that.
Romantically? Tongue?
No, just like it was like
platonic.
it was like
Don't
me in the
count.
kitchen talking to my wife, and I'm like, I don't know how to kiss my boy.
Oh, I got a buddy who
She's
kisses
like,
his dad
you're
on
gonna
the
be
lips.
fine. And I'm like, what if I'm bad at it? Like
That's so funny.
it was like a rom-com, but it was about a kid that really wanted just a hug and a kiss from his dad.
That's funny.
And honestly, like, I made out with so many people, but because, like, I was so afraid to have sex. Like, I was in the room when my sister was born. It scarred me for life to watch a baby, like, arrive.
That's the best
birth control ever. And, you know, so I was like, I'm never doing that because I was so afraid of getting pregnant accidentally and whatnot. It's just not what I wanted. And so, yeah, I mean, making out was like the go-to. You know what I mean?
Is it just because we didn't have anything to do in Southern Illinois? Is that what's going on? It was just like, go behind that tree and kiss Rebecca.
Were you
all right, I will.
That sounds like
Was I
fun.
what?
Were you a streak breaker for some guys?
What do you mean?
Like, it's been a while since I kissed a chick. Well, Lauren will make out with you.
That's right. Yeah, probably. There's probably
Really?
this one guy out there that
My
was like,
wife's
I'm going
best
to go
friend.
make out with Lauren later.
My wife's best friend was a streak breaker for pretty much my whole high school.
I took pity on
Were
the
you
guys
like the
that
hitch?
were like,
You were like the hitch of teaching guys how to kiss.
yeah, I was teaching everyone.
Listen,
in
I
Monroe
really like
County.
this other girl. Could you teach me how to do it? And you're like, get over
Get
here,
over
big
here.
boy.
I was the shaman, the kissing shaman. That's what they called me.
You guys didn't have a streak breaker at school?
Of that nature?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to think it was me. I don't know, probably.
Well, on a different note.
Everyone was sucking face so hard in my school. Like, the teachers were hosing us down in the hallways. I remember, like, teachers would be like, cut it out. You know, everybody's, like, kissing at their lockers. And, like, on breaks between classes, people were just, like, sit on the landing by their lockers just making out. Under the stairs making out.
When was your first kiss? Oh, I will never forget mine. Was
First grade.
Sixth grade. Oh, God.
Like your true first, like, French kiss?
Yeah, with Amanda Rivera.
Mine was 7th grade.
And everybody surrounded us in a circle.
Really? Traumatizing.
Hated it.
Oh, man.
Did you practice before you kissed her?
No, I didn't. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
See, I was like,
Kiss
girls would
you
read
go.
all the magazines, like Teen Vogue and whatnot, and there would be like little parts in it where they'd be like, "Here's how you kiss somebody." Like I remember specifically reading this. I don't know, had to have been like teen. I don't even know what it was. 17 magazine, and it was like, "Never open your eyes when you're kissing a guy." And I was like, "Okay." You like write that down. You know, as like a teenager, you're like, "All right, I'm never gonna open my eyes." And like, anyway, kissed this guy named Dustin, and we were both each other's first French kiss. And it was, I remember specifically, we both were like, "Okay, we're gonna do it." Like planned it, did it. And then we were like, "Oh, God, that sucks so much," you know. But then we made out for the entire summer, and we ended up getting very good at it.
Were those all on appointment as well?
Very
No,
ill.
those were randos.
I didn't even like this chick. I didn't even like her.
Why'd you kiss her then?
Because we were dating.
Why didn't you?
That was my girlfriend.
Wow, you're a slime ball, dude.
Because she said we're dating now. I go,
Oh,
okay.
okay. I was
All
like,
right.
you signed up for this? You didn't like her?
No, and then I didn't like her, but everybody was kind of pairing off.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it.
It was like a pressure date.
Yeah, it was
situation.
it was elementary school, and
Yeah.
then, you know, Amanda likes you, and then I remember she called up my house. It was the first girl that called my house.
Who answered?
I did because I knew she was calling.
Hmm.
She's got your number. She's gonna call you, and then she's like, "We're dating now." Okay.
Amanda hug and kiss. Your first kiss was Amanda hug and kiss.
Amanda Rivera, and then a couple of days later, we're at recess, and we're in the yard,
Yeah.
and it was time.
It
And
is
everybody
time.
surrounded us, and there was like three couples that day had their first kisses,
Appointment kissing. I love you. You guys are.
and it was
That
like
was how
it
it
was like
was.
encircled. It was like a circle, and I went, "Oh God, we're doing this."
Do it.
Yeah.
I may have been wearing a Bart Simpson shirt.
Of course
Yes.
you were.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're dressed up.
Adorable.
Eat my shorts.
Somebody did the Nelson.
It was so wet.
Yeah,
Maybe there was
man.
too much tongue. I don't know what went on. I don't know. I try to push that memory down.
Did you impress everybody?
Did I impress everybody?
Yeah.
I'm sure they were impressed.
You know what, though? Back in those days, it was so much more fun because everybody was just like, let's play spin the bottle, 7 seconds in heaven or whatever,
Yeah.
or 7 minutes in heaven. It was
Ours
like,
got a little advanced sometimes where I was like, well, this is getting dicey.
We played 7 Minutes in Heaven. We would just sit in the
closet.
in the closet.
Yeah.
And nothing would happen.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Yeah.
We had to do it like in front of everybody a lot of times.
No, you
Or we
go in the
let-
closet, you
They'd
sit
like,
there.
go outside and give Rebecca a hickey on her neck. And you had to be like, okay. Hickeys fell off, by the way. What happened?
Well, you know
They're
what happened
gone.
is all the parents, we all came home with hickeys and we're like
That used to be
14
a thing. You
and we're
don't
going, what
see
the
that
hell's
no more.
this?
Why are you wearing a turtleneck? Don't ask me about it.
It was,
so gross.
Don't ask me about what's going on here.
You still see it here and there.
yeah, every once in a
You're
while.
like- Showing
Every
it
once in a
off.
while, you still see it.
Don't ask me about my turtleneck and what's underneath.
Yeah.
Roseanne's, let me see your neck.
Come to school in a neck brace.
Anyway.
I remember my parents were, far too old to remember any of this kind of stuff, but the first hickey that I ever got busted with was Scott's sister. Not that she gave it to me.
What?
But
Thank you for clarifying.
She came up to me.
That is
and
also
she
your
goes,
cousin.
No, I hadn't seen her in a while. The first thing we were like, hey, she goes, oh. Well, where are you going? And I said, what? And she goes, come back here. That's a hickey, boy.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? And I go, no. I got hit by a golf ball. I told her I got hit by a golf ball. She goes, you're an idiot. That's a hickey if I've ever seen one.
Truly blown away that it's that low. There's so many spins. And man, it was pandemonium. Everyone was making out and pairing off, and
It's because the phone didn't exist.
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot
Everybody's
of.
all stuck on their tablets now
Everybody's
and their
making out
phones.
their
And
phones.
I just remember going.
everybody's got
to
AI boyfriends
parties.
and
If,
girlfriends.
if a girl was having a party and from 6th grade on, you're like, I'm probably kissing somebody tonight. You had to mentally prep for who's it going to be?
Get
Is
your
it going to be the one I
mints
want?
and gum.
We'd be on the shady side of the house out in the dark. I remember my buddy Aaron got a little excited. And he was doing the far away. He had his hips way back, kissing, because it was doing a lot for him. And I remember we were all like,
You want to do this sitting down?
we were calling him Johnny
With a
Hips.
pillow, or-
Call him Johnny Hips all night.
Johnny Hill.
Well, you had your hips way out there, man. What was going on?
The fellas in the room, do you guys have a nickname for your penis?
I don't know, man. Spike and the boys?
The Honey Badger.
The boys.
Honey Badger?
Yours is a band.
Watch out for the Honey Badger.
Jesse and the Rippers.
Yeah.
Oh my.
80% of men have a nickname for their anatomy.
How many? 86?
80%.
Wow.
I do not.
Tim doesn't, I don't think, or he's not sharing it. I text him. What's going on? Hey, what's your penis?
What's your penis's name? Hello, Dr. Watson.
Hello. Good morning, my love.
Good
Mine's
morning,
Sweet Pea.
Dr. Watson.
Mine's Sweet Pea.
Aw, that's so cute.
You have a nickname for your dong? Moon, do you? Seriously. Yes or no?
Well,
He does.
I don't know. I think it
Pierre
needs
LeBlanc.
I think it needs no name. The one who we do not we do not speak.
Not speak of.
In Sex and the City, Trey's penis's name is Schooner. And then Charlotte's
that.
vagina is Rebecca.
Really?
And they divorced. So,
Oh.
spoiler alert.
Don't do that.
They're doing something over in the UK. There's a new campaign called #NameIt. It's from the Urology Foundation. So 80% of men have a nickname for their anatomy, but only 10% actually know the symptoms of penile cancer. So they're trying to kind of tie the two things.
That's nice.
It's a jokey kind of thing. It's Sir Stephen Fry. You know who Stephen Fry is? He's a big actor, comedian out there
Brothers
in the UK.
French, right?
Even.
Stephen, you know the guy.
Stephen
Stop
Fry.
Fry.
He did a lot of stuff with Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy, yeah, the one with the nose that's on his ear.
Yes.
What?
This guy's nose. It was like he got hit by a car, but only his nose got hit by it or something.
He's got an interesting look, but he's behind this campaign. Penile cancer is rare, but cases are actually on the rise, even in younger boys. And the problem is most men are too embarrassed to talk about it or even look for changes. So this Name It campaign is basically saying, hey, if you're comfortable enough to call your dong Big Ben, you should be comfortable enough to make sure it's healthy. They even launched an online pecker checker to help guys figure out what's normal and when it's actually time to call the doctor.
Online.
So, I mean, some popular nicknames. You got Girth Vader, you got Long Dong Silver, you got Russell the Muscle. That's a good one.
Russell the
That one's
Muscle.
a great
Maybe
one.
something like, Bronco.
Vlad the Impaler.
Thunder.
I always like stocking stuffer.
It's Bronco,
How about the Bald Avenger? I don't know.
There's nothing to avenge here.
I don't like that one.
I don't want any anger.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Pink Panther.
Oh, somebody calls theirs the meat thermometer? What? No,
Whoa,
that's
that's-
gross.
Yeah, we get into those kind of names. It's not necessarily my junk, but the royal naming of the junk. There's all kinds of those.
Yeah. King Dong.
Purple-headed yogurt thrower. Nobody
Oh,
likes
okay.
that. Nobody likes that.
My Lord.
Nobody,
Oh, man. So silly, dude.
nobody likes that.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that one. So what is penile cancer? Penile cancer, the term cancer describes the abnormal, uncontrollable growth of cells in the body, eventually forming masses called tumors. Penile cancer is when cells in the penis divide and grow in an uncontrolled way. So where does it start? It could start anywhere on your dong. The most common area is under the foreskin, if you haven't been circumcised, or on the head, if you have been. Penile cancer is rare. About 760 people are diagnosed with penile cancer in England every year. About 36,000 people are diagnosed globally. So possible signs: a rash, a growth, swelling, bleed or an ulcer, discharge, change in color, lumps or bumps around the groin area. So, fellas, just be on the lookout, okay? It's serious.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the dong, a new report just dropped some facts about which states are the most well-endowed. And they surveyed thousands of people across the country. So if you're wondering where the biggest dong in America is, what state should we look?
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Is this self-reported, or are we talking about doctors or something? Because if it's self-reported, it's going to change my answer. Because there are some foolish, lying, no good states out there, more so than others. Because I bet you.
Well,
something-
in Missouri, you
don't
can't
know.
lie because we say the show me state.
Listen,
I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
Good point.
here's my logic.
I don't know.
Okay, like I always say, you know, nobody's born with a full house. Somebody's you got weaknesses, you got strengths.
This was a medical. This is not like, Ashley Madison or
Okay.
or like,
Right.
AdamandEve.com. This is from a medical.
Well,
This is from a medical team.
Well, with
that did this.
you're not given a full house at birth, and all the trouble, and just the awfulness that Mississippi is as a state. They got to have some sort of balance.
All right,
so
you said
I'm gonna
this is
give
it?
them. I'm gonna give them the biggest dongs.
And it has
The silver lining.
and it has
is the biggest
pee-pee in the
dong.
spelling of their name.
the biggest
That's a good
dongs
point, too.
in the country is Mississippi. Y'all have something. And it
Mississippi.
all balances
Okay,
it out.
Mississippi. I'm going to go around.
Okay.
You're up next, Lynn.
I'm going to go North Dakota
Whoa.
Whoa.
because in my head, for some reason, like there's a bunch of Viking men that live up there still, and I feel like they're raised bigger the more north you go, as
Go.
like a stature.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it's North Dakota.
Okay, Rafe.
Biggest. That's a good question. I'm trying to figure out if it's Maine or Florida because they both kind of look like a wiener. Lobstermen seem like they'd be
Okay.
well endowed. Let's say, I don't know, man. Where would I'm thinking maybe a southern state. Let's go. I'm gonna go Southwest.
Southwest, okay.
I'm gonna go. Let's say New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Well, California has the adult industry out there.
Oh, that's
so I
right.
think a lot of that
Okay.
would
they're
help.
attracting the bigger ones, huh?
But Maine Coon has the giant cat, so Maine could be it. But has anyone said any? Well, she said North Dakota, so that's Midwest. And he said Southwest. Give me West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I will tell you that you're all wrong.
Great.
And I will then say it's a Midwest. It's a Midwest state.
Missouri.
You know what? I'm going to go with how Moon actually was speaking about Mississippi, and I'm going to go Iowa because there's like nothing going on over there. So I think if they had the big dong, maybe the boredom would, be a little bit better
You
off.
think it's gonna be something like Iowa or Nebraska or something ridiculous?
Yeah. Actually, can I lump Nebraska and Iowa into one guess?
I will tell you that Colorado has the smallest dong.
Oh, get out! Get out of here,
Really?
dude. That's where I want to
Smallest
go.
dong in America.
I feel a pull to go to
Don't say that.
All of a sudden, I wish I'd have got stuck in Denver.
Yeah, man.
Rocky Mountain High.
I wanna feel like a kid.
Colorado.
Look at my averageness, Colorado.
Don't look down there. Look in my eyes,
You know what?
Colorado.
I'm gonna give it to Kansas because lousy, right? I mean, it's got to be lousy, and those people have to be so happy about something.
Hanging
they got the
down
NFL
my
now.
wayward son.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies to the people of Colorado.
Oh,
goodness.
you
wrong.
piece of
Okay.
crap.
Kansas has the smallest dong.
Well, goddamn.
Oh, no.
What
Rock,
do they
chalk,
have?
Jayhawk.
Oh, no.
Take me back to Arkansas. I'll say Arkansas.
Midwest, go.
Midwestern state. I want it to be us. I want it to be Illinois or something like
Well,
that.
think of
but,
Chicago. I mean, Chicago's probably got some wings. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
They got enlarged
it's
hearts
I
and-
think they focus
They got a
more
big
on
bean up there.
They got a huge bean. That's true. They had the Sears Tower for a while.
Frank and beans, dude.
That's true. I think it's going to be like a weird state, like Wisconsin, like a quiet state where everyone. That's why they're so polite. They ain't got nothing to prove. I'm going to say I'll go Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I think that's a good guess.
I think Learn made a good choice because they have Peter Rapids up there. But I'm going to go with
Peter Rapids.
I'm going to go with. Let's see here. We haven't said Missouri yet, but I live here, so I know it can't be that one. I'm going to go Kentucky.
One of you's right. One of you
And she
is
right
right.
here.
And the person who's right, who's got the biggest penis in America? What state?
Iowa.
The great state of Iowa.
Holy
Iowa.
smokes. Nice.
If you build it. The average dong is
Say it.
7.31 inches.
Don't do that.
Wait, say the average again. I'm sorry.
7.31 inches.
Damn. Holy smokes.
Right?
That's the average?
That's the average in Iowa.
Isn't
I was
Ashton
like
Kutcher from there?
5. Way to go, Slipknot.
South Carolina next.
Yeah, why are they so angry?
Arizona, New York, and Indiana. Missouri, we are 18th.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
What about Illinois?
We have an average size of 6.44 inches. Illinois is 6.37 inches. So we are bigger than Illinois.
Yeah.
We know.
What's here?
6.44 inches.
And Illinois is what?
6.37.
Okay.
They're not far behind.
So we're good, guys. 18 is not bad. That's respectable. Now, I will tell you that Alaska, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming didn't have enough respondents to be included in this.
Oh, that's embarrassing. How was New York?
They're asking
New
us
York
about
is
our
fourth.
wieners again.
Oh,
Charles?
fourth. Lucky.
New York is 6.72 inches.
Interesting that this math ain't mathing for me.
Yeah.
What do you
totally.
mean?
This feels self-reported because we've reported before that the average globally and the average in America is well below this. It's in the 5s, but every state you've quoted so far seems like they're adding a little inch. They're measuring from the bottom, if you will.
I'm just telling you, this is from a place called Bespoke Surgical.
Uh-huh.
And let me look. I'm on the website. Let me look here.
Two things can't be diametrically opposed and true.
Let's see here.
Somebody's fudging the numbers, and I feel like we're going to fudge them big, not small.
I do have a study on the states that lie the most. Iowa's number 1.
Yeah.
So to compile the insights in the study, Bespoke Surgical surveyed 3,308 U.S. adults.
Go on.
Self-report.
There we go.
See, y'all are full of it.
Shenanigans.
There
Give
we
it back
go.
to Mississippi.
Respondents
you
with a
lying
penis
sillies.
were asked to self-report their erect length. We use those responses to calculate the average self-reported erect penis size by state and nationwide.
Now we know. Here in Iowa, we like to measure from the base of the skull all the way down the back, under the butt, and
Oh,
out.
well, they should have said that up top.
Yeah.
You have to read.
We got to assume. Come on,
You have to
man.
read.
You have to read down the methodology. Ow.
Yeah. Well,
Well, congrats.
congrats to Iowa for
Being the biggest
confidence. Yeah, for the brazen confidence to. I was like, these numbers seem high to me. I'm not going to lie because we've talked about it before, and it was like globally it was crazy. It was like barely 5,
Yeah.
and then the United States was like 5.3 or something like that, and now all of a sudden every state, 9.5. New Jersey's 9.5, and I'm like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like somebody's fudging the numbers somewhere here.
A real congrats to the states that refuse to be a part of this. They're like, no,
But Alaska,
man.
I don't want nothing to do with this.
Like, you say Wyoming, Alaska, all the people that are like, what are you asking me about my dong for? Get out of here. Get off the porch.
Get out the porch. All right, the average, the average U.S. penis
Between
size
me and my sheep.
is 5.16 inches. 5.16 inches is the average dong size.
Yeah.
And that is from the BJU International Journal of Urology.
BJU.
They got a
Stop it.
university.
Stop it.
You stop it.
Stop it.
I know a couple people that
Stop
need to
it.
go
No,
back
you
to school.
stop.
And a few teachers.
Stop it.
Might be time to.
This is
Magna cum laude.
15,000.
What?
How do you get the job?
We're going to leave that there.
Okay.
All right, we'll take a break.
A,
We'll come back. We're gonna
a
come back.
professor, you
What?
say?
We'll take a break. We'll come back. Rafe on relationships. And have you ever witnessed a wedding moment that screamed, These two are not going to last long. Have you ever been to a wedding like that?
100%.
Okay, well, chop it up next.
And I hate to spoil the story, but we were all right.
The only thing worse than being invited to a wedding of people you barely know is being at a wedding and knowing this is not going to last. Why are we wasting our time here?
Dude,
and it's a cash bar. You got to be kidding me.
It was almost camaraderie in the seats. It's like all of us knew. We were all bonding over the fact that we all knew.
Yeah, I was at one of those weddings too. It's very sad, and they go up, and when if they get and when they get divorced 3 months later, you go, oh, okay.
Listen, when you're
got my gift back?
When there's a pool being passed around on paper about how long this is going to last.
You ever had a surpriser though? One you thought was going to go down in flames, and they're like, man, they've been married 25 years. That's crazy.
That's amazing. That's a good story. Just finishing up 6 Time Fun Facts here. You guys ever been to a wedding, and man, you're at the ceremony, you're at the reception, and you're like, man, this is not going to last. I went to a wedding like that maybe 23, 24 years ago, and it was my wife's family. The bride-to-be was about 8 months pregnant. Mm-hmm. This was clearly a marriage of, you knock me up, we're getting married. Zero love. They just yelled at each other the entire time, including...
That's sweet.
Including at the actual ceremony.
Wow.
And I go, there's zero love here.
Yeah.
Zero love. And, yeah, they got divorced about 6 months later.
Was it like a quick turnaround, like they got pregnant? Or were they together for a long time?
Nope.
Until? Okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
Nope. Horrible. What a waste. But, Moon, you said you've been to a wedding of...
100%. 100%.
Of no love?
It was so awkward. Because, I mean, I think there was something real there. You could tell, but it was just like all the conditions were off. And there was a mixing of friend groups. And that's always so interesting when you see the mixing of friend groups. Mm-hmm. And usually it kind of stays that way. And maybe halfway through the reception when everybody's, greased up a little bit, they start kind of like melding those friend groups. Oh, dude. In the wedding itself, we were all kind of mingling a bit more because people were kind of just like whispering.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah, it was almost like a, wow, this is really interesting.
We're all here together, but we all know what's going to go on with this.
And it was weird. I'll tell you the weirdest thing, and what really kind of gave everybody the real clue that, yeah, we were right in feeling a little weird about this. We were all, I wouldn't even say peripheral. I would say we were secondary. All of us.
There were no, real friends there?
It was like the real friend groups that you knew that these people had weren't as well represented as the second layer. You know what I mean? Like, they filled the seats with the second layer.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh.
This is strange.
Something's been off the last year, and we're not all crazy. This is weird. And then the best man speech was...
Incredible.
Incredible.
You've been to a wedding?
I had a family member who got married, and it was kind of out of nowhere. And so I wouldn't say at the time I was like, oh, this isn't going to work out. I was just like, oh, this is so random. Like, they're getting married all of a sudden. And then, it was like a handful of years later, it was over. But they were a cute couple. It wasn't that. It wasn't like... it just happened so quickly. I feel like they got together, they got married, and then it was like a quiet divorce. Like one day we were just like, "Hey, how's so and so?" And oh, we're getting divorced. And we're like, what? Oh. And there wasn't like it was like an amicable thing. It wasn't like there was a problem.
Just, hey, why do we even do this?
Right? Why do we even do this? Yeah,
it was
kind of strange. Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah, there's been a couple. There's one where my friend would just not break. They hated each other.
Yeah,
I mean, they talked to each other with disdain.
That's that wedding I was at. I'm like, who cannot see these people do not like each other?
And I'm not talking.
Am I the only one here that knows these people do not like each other?
I'm not talking
about the body language.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like teasing. Like some couples communicate that way. Like they, especially comics and stuff like that. Like Tina and I will tease each other, but there was no teasing. This was straight hatred, like disdain, like. You could just tell that they hated being in each other's presence. Everything was like was a really pointed jab. And I lived with the guy. Like, he was my roommate, and like they would just fight and fight and fight all day long. And then I'm just like, man, they just wouldn't break up. They just like started dating young and just refused to break up, and just like, this is what you do We dated in high school. We're dating in college. And I'm going to marry you. I'm going to marry you out of spite. And it was like, that was kind of the deal.
Scott, what about you?
Yeah, there's only been one. It's surprisingly it worked, but it was one of those weddings where everyone's like, "This is not going to work out," all that stuff. But my wife has proved me wrong, and we're about to have our 6-year anniversary.
Oh, that's nice.
And I can't think it.
Well,
but no, I did used to host or officiate weddings and also DJ. And one wedding, I don't know what happened to this couple. I don't know the update on them, but at the wedding, we were waiting for everyone to start walking down the aisle, and then I got word the groom had disappeared.
Oh, no.
And he had taken a cab, and he completely left. He was like,
whoa.
Super
Yeah, that's
angry.
a good sign the wedding's not going to let you.
Yeah, so it was about an hour later or so he showed up, and they walked down the aisle, and they got married, and it's like,
No
I hope
way.
it all went okay.
That was like a real life Love is Blind moment.
Yeah, I felt bad because some of the folks seemed really sweet there.
What'd you do to fill the time? Juggle?
Pretty much.
Did you have cake?
It was outside, so all I did was sweat through everything I had, and I felt terrible. And I was
Man,
like,
an
can we hurry
outside
up?
wedding in the heat.
Yeah.
This
the best.
this wedding, I remember us thinking like, oh, that's weird that we got invited. It must be a huge place, and it wasn't that huge of a place. But we were like, wow, we must have been last on the list. And when you showed up, you look around and you go, oh, I'm surprised they were invited. I'm surprised they were invited. And then you realize all the people that should have been there that weren't.
I had a buddy too that it wasn't necessarily that they weren't compatible emotionally, but he worked abroad and he married a very smoking hot South American woman where we were all like, what's going on here? Like, good for you, but you're leaning so far out over your skis, your nose is touching the snow right now.
I need a citizenship situation?
That was our concern. That was our concern, and what do you know, 7 years later, he was in Miami with her, and he's like, her cousin, her mom and her male cousin came to visit. And she's like, you care if I dance with my cousin? He said he was like, looked over and they were like grinding out on the dance floor. I go, whoa, that's crazy.
That's
You're
out of a
really
movie.
dancing with, like, maybe that's their custom or something.
That's my wife, Hermano.
Yeah, and turns out that was like boyfriend she had the whole time they were married. It's like she had enough time in country, and they ended up getting divorced. And I was like, oh man, bummer. We kind of all saw that coming,
Saw it
nobody.
coming.
Well, somebody on social media asked the question, what's a wedding moment that screamed, they are not going to last long? Some funny responses. When the bride's parents' speech included the note about the groom, you weren't who we envisioned for our daughter, but you have children together. That's nice. The groom's mom kissed the groom on the lips for a while while the bride stood next to them awkwardly.
Whoa. That's awesome.
I'm a wedding photographer, and I'd say the intensity that a bride and groom shove cake in each other's faces correlates to how long I think they will last.
What?
Interesting.
That is interesting because I feel like some of those aggressive ones are because they're like just fun people.
Right.
The couple had a unity candle, but it just wouldn't light.
Oh, that was the sign?
That was the
That's
sign.
hilarious.
Yep.
You get it from your family there, Scott?
Entered the reception to November Rain. Nothing lasts forever, and we both know hearts can change. Done within a year.
Whoa. Who picked that song?
We had a candle company in the family.
Ours burned, though.
It burned down.
Actually, I think that building, the building you get knocked
The building
down.
burnt? The candle factory burned down?
No,
Nah, they
but our
closed it.
candles actually worked.
The candle shop was awesome, dude. They
had great
they
wax.
they had corn cob candles. They were famous for corn
They
cob.
invented the
candles.
corn cob candle.
That's right. And
Interesting.
It was
all
very-
right.
It was very, very cool.
Your family?
Yeah.
That's a Shelbina wedding, dude.
Dude,
now
it
the
was-
lighting
it
of the
was.
corn cob candle.
I did, and it really did feel so cool. It looked and felt like a corn cob
And-
Oh, my
and a
God.
wick in it.
And they were smart enough this was like the late 70s, early 80s. They rolled out the Gandalf candle as well from Lord of the Rings. And so it was in the mold of that. And that was way before it was cool.
Yeah, it
man.
was before.
In the
Wow.
tradition of the Shelbina wedding, the churning of the love butter shall begin.
Oh, gross.
Corn cob
All right,
candle.
Rafe, let's finish this up with Rafe on relationships.
Okay, well, I got a couple things today. I'm going to start with this because I thought about it last week, and I was like, man, it's a different type of relationship. We've all been on the apps, guys, which none of us
Not
have.
all of us have.
We all know about the apps, though, the Tinders, the Bumbles, the Grinders, the what have yous.
Yes.
What about a dating app for people, but it's for fighting,
Oh.
where you swipe on dudes who have punchable faces? And I thought about this. I go, you swipe on guys with punchable faces, and if you both swipe on each other, you have to fight. It is like swamp justice made. Like, you can put a little bio in there.
It's quite interesting.
Maybe we call it KO Cupid or Brawler.
So,
or upper cute.
If I'm downloading this app,
yeah,
and I'm scrolling through,
and you match,
and I go, oh, this guy's got a punchable face, and that guy's on the app, and he's scrolling, and he hits me, and I got a punchable face to him.
Yes,
we match.
Yeah, it's got to be called knockouts.
Exactly.
Knockouts. Yeah.
It's basically you upload a pic yourself.
And then what do? We meet up and we fight?
Small bio, height, weight, maybe some random facts that make you more punchable or less punchable. Then you have to swipe other dudes' profiles left and right. Left is I would lose this fight. Right is I could kick this guy's ass. And if you both swipe right, you got to meet up. People can come. People can watch. Maybe give yourself a cool nickname.
No lawsuits.
Yeah,
no lawsuits.
No lawsuits.
It's a consensual fight.
It should be called Tough Guys.
Yeah.
He's
Thought
got
about that.
knockouts. I mean, that's
knockouts
upper
is pretty
cute,
good.
Knockouts
beat meat, haymaker, square up.
Square up.
And then the deeper.
Haymaker's pretty good too.
Name, moon, age, depends on how hard you hit.
I like roundhouse.
Looking for somebody who can throw
Roundhouse
hands
is a
and
good
take
one.
a joke. 5'8", decent reach, questionable cardio after round 2. Hobbies include shadow boxing and parking lots. Talking
That's a
trash
profile.
respectfully. Ice packs and post-fight tacos. Swipe right if you think you can take me. Left if you're bringing friends.
Yeah. That's great.
It's Fight Club in an app.
That's
It's
right.
great.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's basically,
But where are we fighting,
It's a
Don?
new kind of relationship where you can dole out a little bit of, swamp justice. This could be good for the incels, too, to keep them, you let their, have an outlet.
Where are we doing this? Where are we fighting?
Good question. What do you guys think? Is there a specific meetup spot?
We want to do it somewhere safe, so
Do
there's
we
no
have
robberies
do
involved.
you have like a 10-mile radius that alerts everyone else on the app there's a fight to witness? So
Yeah.
they
Like
can
an
go see
Amber
it?
Alert.
Yeah,
for sure.
I
Yeah,
think
for
you
sure.
got to do that.
Yeah, you open up the app and there's a radius. You go, oh, there's a fight taking place in
Right.
Fouls
Yeah, it's
Park.
like
I
a
would like
Poke
to be
Stop.
entertained.
It's
Yeah.
like a Pokestop. You got to go there.
Dude, there's a fight in the Dollar Tree parking lot in 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm
We
close
gotta
to
get down
Kirkwood
there.
Park. There's going to be a fight there.
I have a couple of minutes.
No, but I think you got to do it somewhere very safe, so there's no robberies involved. So in front of any police station nearby.
Yeah. I'm looking for opponents that are also movie
Movie
fans.
buffs.
Yeah, so my bio has actually been changed now to no blades, no bows, leave your weapons here.
That's nice. Any other rules we want to put on this?
Unless we, as the app owners, trademark.
Trademark copyright. Bad news is coming later.
We open up, actually brick and mortar places to go and fight.
Oh.
Okay,
Like we don't nothing fancy.
Oh, so like a KO Cupid fight centers all over.
Yeah.
Almost like a guitar center where people just show up.
Yeah,
Fight
we just
house.
have a ring. We just have a ring.
It's like an escape room.
That's
Spirit
it.
Halloween
It's just a
store.
ring and really not much going on there. Maybe a bubbler.
Okay.
So you're saying this is male only app?
No, it's everybody.
No.
I think we probably have to have, for safety reasons. I don't know. I don't know if we make it a intermingling, and I don't know if we make it.
No, men can't fight women. It is.
No.
I think it's got to be
Women fight women. Men
Yeah.
fight men.
You've got male who wants to fight.
Yeah,
Bitch. Let's go.
What a great way to meet your trolls, though. Like it's just a
M-A-L-E.
true swamp justice app. You're
And
like,
can they
oh.
list their incarcerated levels?
Yeah, have you been to jail?
I think you have to list like your fight experience too. So like if you have like MMA training or something, like you have to put that on there. You can't just be choking people out left and right, and it's not fair.
All of your records. If you have a record and then your fight
Well,
record
you
as
also
well.
have to. Yeah, have you been convicted of a felony?
Do you have a death wish?
You need a full
Straight
body
A
shot
student.
too. You can't just like your profile picture can't
Yeah.
be just your face. It's got to be a full body too.
Well, bad news. Anything else you want to add?
This is already a thing.
I got so deep that I found out this is already a thing.
Whoa.
There is an app
Oh, what is it
that I
called?
would like to introduce called Rumbler. Moon, please,
Rumbler.
please pull up the Rumbler app because I want you guys to see this. I was blown away. I'm upset because I thought I had a really good idea on my hands, and of course somebody's already done it. It's called Rumbler, like you spell Tumblr, RUMBLR. Pull up the website, dude, and look at this thing.
Not Rumble.
It's-
Rumble's something else. Rumbler.
No, Rumbler, RUMBLR.
Are you
You
on
can
B?
pull up the website. It's hilarious, dude. Just when you see the landing page for this,
Yes.
you're in. I'm immediately in. Casualty. It says casualty free, Casualty-free, casual fighting for free.
And awesome logo.
Oh, my God.
Look at that, dude.
The logo is awesome.
The logo is awesome. It's RU and a fist, BLR. Find and engage with recreational fighters near you for free. What is Rumbler? Rumbler is an app for recreational fighters to find, meet, and fight other enthusiasts nearby. You don't need to fight to use Rumbler. With Rumbler Explorer, you can browse and attend fights close to you that other Rumbler users have arranged all for free. And if you look, dude, look over there at how you sign up. Can you go up, Moon?
Arrange and schedule fights
Look
right inside the app.
Look at the two buttons. Schedule fight or
Fight.
pussy out. That's the option.
Yeah, that's so good. That's after you've
After you've matched up.
yeah,
You've
both
matched up, you message each other, and that says schedule fight or pussy out. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is a crazy.
They have a
And the guy's name is Matty Ice
messenger.
67.
Matty Ice.
bro. Your face is pissing me off. Want to throw down?
Tell me you wouldn't fight that dude. Matty Ice 67. He's got literally the name isn't alone. He's got a giant shirt with a gold chain on.
He
I wanna
looks
fight
like
that guy right now.
Jamie Kennedy from that
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Malibu's Most Wanted. So the little back and forth they have, bro. Your face is pissing me off. Matty Ice says, "Hell yeah, bro. I'm gonna f you up." The other guy says, "Cool. Meet me behind 5th Avenue Deli parking lot tonight, 9 p.m." Matty Ice says, "Done."
And then there's a map with little fists all over it to let you know where the fights are at. This is amazing, dude. How do we not know about this? This is truly amazing. And then when you look at
It's got his stats.
yeah.
5'11", 170, amateur fighter. Last fight 2 weeks ago. MMA specialty karate.
me tell you
Record
something.
1, 4, and 5.
If someone puts karate as their MMA specialty, they've never taken karate. That is someone who does not know karate.
What Aikido, master in Aikido.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to be this guy, but I'm looking at it and it almost looks so perfect,
I love it.
so good.
I love everything about
Are
it.
people actually doing this?
Hang on, I feel like it looks so perfect and so good that it's a cop. This is the cops on the other end setting us up.
I don't think so.
No.
They're gonna be at the meetup, waiting for us to throw a punch. We connect. Assault, brother. It's a sting.
No.
No way.
You don't think that looks too perfect?
Tinder for fighting?
I think this is a
Yeah, bro.
sting.
It's truly amazing.
Downloading now.
You have to download it just to see. I don't see if anyone's fighting in St. Louis. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, the meetup thing is
Anonymously
really
choose who
it's
you
not
want
up
to fight.
yet. It is not up yet.
Oh, so it's in
Sign up for
development.
early access. This is coming soon on the App Store.
According to Jones and DC, beta testing.
And learn, just in case you're wondering, Moon,
more
go
like
down.
more like alpha testing.
Moon, scroll down, please. If you look right there, you'll see there's Rumbler Her.
Oh.
So they have already gotten ahead of you. This is a equal opportunity ass kicking fest.
Fantastic.
You sign up for Rumbler Her, and then there's Rumbler Group, which means
Group fight.
fighting,
Now,
dude.
that sounds awesome.
Rumbler Group.
5-on-5.
Suction Boys, Cheddar Babe. You
Cheddar
kidding
Bay
me?
boys.
That's brawler.
5-on-5.
5-on-5, Suction Boys, Cheddar Bay Boys. Take it to the
Well,
streets
I,
for
for
the
one-
final countdown.
I, for one, I'm going to sign up.
This is awesome, dude. I mean, the lawsuit potential is through the roof, but
We'll see you behind the Mr. Good Sense in Chesterfield, okay?
that's right, because we all know that's not a real store anyway.
Yeah.
And it's right outside. It's right outside of men's clinic where we can all get tea injections.
Yes,
right
it's in
before
front of the
we fight.
mentality.
Let's go.
All right, thank you, Rafe. That's the hashtag Rumble app that is now currently in development.
Let's go. Let's get behind this groundswell.
Officially signed up for early access. Thank you. Tinder for fighting.
You're
Excellent.
part of a sting.
I'm going to jail. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Moon's got sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports is presented by Chuck's Hot Chicken. With 5 area locations, Chuck's is the locally owned hot chicken spot voted best fried chicken sandwich in Missouri. If you felt the ground shake yesterday, it wasn't the severe thunderstorms. It was the collective roar of local basketball fans.
And you know, Selection Sunday was right around that time, like 4:30. In fact, Steve Templeton interrupted Selection Sunday to give all the warnings about the thunderstorms and the possible tornado. So yes, right around that time.
Mizzou is officially in the tournament as a 10 seed, and here's the best part for the local fans. They are playing their first round game right here at Enterprise Center against the University of Miami Hurricanes. This is a huge win for the city. Normally, the committee tries to keep teams away from their home turf to keep it neutral. but Mizzou is getting a massive home court advantage. Meanwhile, SLU Billikens, led by the legendary Robbie Avila, in his final season secured an at-large bid as a 9 seed.
9.
At-large bid is basically an invitation. Most teams have to win their conference championship to get in, but if you're good enough throughout the season, which they obviously have been, the committee just invites you. SLU did not win their tournament, but they were so dominant all year that they just earned that spot.
Dude, I just saw that guy for the first time on the news this morning.
He's a character,
Vila?
isn't he?
He looks like he works IT or something.
Yeah, and that's
he
the thing.
He does not look like a dominant basketball
He's
player.
like, that's why he's a big deal, because people are like this guy with big, thick glasses.
Yeah. I never knew, I just heard the name, and then I saw him on the news this morning, and I was like, huh.
And he's one of the best players in the country.
That's awesome.
Illinois also locked in a high spot as the 3 seed facing Penn in South Carolina.
So the Billikens play on Friday.
Yep.
And they're facing Georgia. So it's a big deal. College
is.
basketball's in full swing.
My husband was very excited. He was watching it. I mean, kept being surprised. Like Kentucky's in town. Like all sorts of games are happening.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for tourism. So even if you don't care about basketball, this is good tourism coming to Enterprise, hosting a first-round game, Saturday and Sunday. So we got a dream draw. Kentucky, Iowa State, Purdue, all coming to St. Louis. Those are 3 of the biggest, most travel-happy fan bases in the country. So that's going to bring a lot of people in. So to put it in non-sports terms, expect downtown restaurants to be packed, hotel rooms to be full and impossible to find. Local businesses are particularly excited about the Iowa State fans because they're legendary for their loyalty, and they love Busch Light.
Yep, and they will be in town.
Let's go to the Diamond. Team USA pulled off a thriller in Miami. They beat the Dominican Republic 2-1 last night to reach their 3rd straight World Baseball Classic title game. So you think of the WBC as the World Cup, but for baseball. Only happens every few years. It's the only time you get to see absolute best pros playing for their home countries.
Scott, have you watched?
I haven't got to watch. No, I've seen the highlights, though. I've been paying attention.
Well,
Good game yesterday.
speaking of highlights, Mr. Paul Skeens, the Cy Young winner who pitched like a man possessed in this series, he was awesome. Dominican Republic took an early lead with a home run off of a sweeper from Skeens. A sweeper is a modern type of slider. Instead of just dropping down, this thing sweeps across the plate. That pitch is nasty, but they smoked it. The U.S. answered with home runs from Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony. They'll play the winner of Italy versus Venezuela tomorrow night for the championship. That last pitch, though, looked a little low, so there's a lot of complaining going on from the non-USA fans. Wasn't all celebrations, though. The Blues saw their 7-game points streak come to a crashing halt in Winnipeg. They lost 3-2 to the Jets. The Jets got our number, brother. They have for the last couple decades, I feel. A guy named Hayden Fleury scored his first goal in over 2 years to help beat us. The Blues are back in action Wednesday in Calgary, trying to find that March magic again. And finally, St. Louis City SC having a historically tough start to their 4th season. They lost 2-0 to LAFC on Saturday, and they're still winless. Here's a stat that really hurts. They have now been shut out 3 straight games. Not a goal. City SC has now gone 300 minutes of play with no goals. That's 5 hours of soccer with no reason to yell goal. They're back home this Saturday against New England. They desperately need to break that scoreless streak, get fans back on their side, and just look like a decent soccer squad. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, thank you. All right, that's it for us. Moon is staying on for Donnie, who is off this week. How fun. All right, listen, if you missed anything on the program, check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. And today's podcast is titled...
Scott scoured the entire show, and he found the greatest title in recent history. King Scott titles it, A Bunch of Lip Hose and Iowa Lies.
Nice. Nice.
That's right.
All right, Moon, what else?
Oh, May 2nd, Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com. You can actually get all the info, see what we do. If you're not sure, if you're like, I like Disney, but Disney music, I don't know, I don't know what this is, or you're not sure if you should bring your kids or something like that, go to CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com and see the videos. You'll see how fun this is and how all ages enjoy this from beginning to end. It's so very cool. May 2nd at the pageant.
All right, learn.
Get your brackets filled out for March Movie Mayhem, because the game begins next week, and we're going to find out what the best movie of the 1990s is. I'm very interested in that. And I'm going to make this badass 90s basket full of greatness for somebody, and I want you to win it. So good luck, everybody. 1057thepoint.com.
Rafe.
No notes.
All right, Scott.
Hey, support the opera and the ballets, and follow me, King Scott Rules.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz member today, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. From St. Jacob, Illinois, Kodiak White is out to you here today.